Yes, good afternoon and welcome to a glorious day out here at the, we used to call it Arctic Park, but today with that sun shining, it is looking magnificent. As I said, first time I came up over the hill this morning, Grub left Bannockburn. Today it was 28 and sunny at Bannockburn, got up the top of the Series Hill.
Be 30 at Worsley.
Looked like it was, looked like there's been a bushfire across the top of the Grovedale and out there, but it was only just a bit of fog. But it's all lifted out here this afternoon, and we are looking forward to a good game of football. As I said, it's coming to a definite close and some very, very important games going ahead this afternoon. But before we get into them, welcome to you, Richard Grubby Cations.
Thank you very much. The first opening speech is just full of rubbish. The Arctic Park.
Well, that's what it used to be when we come here during the middle of winter.
No, it was something else.
Windy Hill?
No. What was it? I can't remember what it was now, but it wasn't Arctic Park.
It was something like that anyway.
I'll think of it before we keep going. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. G'day to listeners, g'day to viewers. I tell you what, this is a crunch game. Maybe not so much for Belmont, but by crikey, it's a big crunch game for Inverleigh, who really have to win at least 2 of their next 3 to get in. They never looked like it 6 weeks ago. As my co-commentator here basically said, they were gone. They couldn't make it, and now they can, but they have to win today and probably one more to get in. I don't know whether they can or not, but I tell you what, it is going to be an absolute ripper here today.
Yes, we've got that coming up. And also, we'll join us here this afternoon. Arch, welcome to you again this afternoon, mate.
Thanks, Smithy. Appreciate it, mate. No, very looking forward to this contest. A lot of big ramifications on the rest of the league with this game and also other games around the ground. So looking forward to have a look at those as well.
Yes, we said we got some interesting situations. As I said, with the game here this afternoon, we'll be all ears listening to the Bell Post Hill East Geelong game as well, because they're another side that I suppose importance for East Geelong to continue winning to finish on top. Bell Post Hill to remain in the top 5, and also out at Winchelsea this afternoon. As I said, Winchelsea not going that well, but have a chance to maybe put another nail in the coffin of Thompson, because as I said, they're hanging in there at the moment, and with their depleted ranks out there, they are going to go out there this afternoon and not be at their best. So it's a game, as I said, this time last year they were coming good, getting all their injured players back and into final football. Unfortunately, the reverse is happening for them this year. They're going the other way with the amount of players that are coming out of their side. And I think 5 changes from last week, Grub's going to make it very hard. But we'll look at the Werribee Central games. Your mates there this afternoon, they're coming at home this afternoon. They take on Corio. And that will be, again, I suppose, Werribee are finishing pretty well, and another game they should win here this afternoon.
Look, you would say they probably would. I mean, if they can play the footy they played against East Geelong at home, they will win, and they'll win handsomely. But they haven't been able to put 4 quarters together for a lot of the year. Maybe they can do it even against Corio the last time. I think it took about 7 or 8 goals in a row to break away. And that was at Corio. Corio struggled. I know Jolie Bennett's playing, but I'm not quite sure whether he's 100% fit. Not quite sure whether he's using his brains and playing at all, actually.
But I think he is playing, actually, Grub.
No, I thought he was named.
He's not named.
No, he was named on Thursday night, that's all. So, I don't know. I just think Corio, they'll give it everything as I have, but I think they're struggling a little bit now, and I think Werribee could probably play 3 of their best quarters and get away with it. But I tell you, if they go out there thinking, this is easy, then they'll lose. But I think they can win this today.
Bring a young fellow in for his first game.
Yeah, young Pace, he's in today. Been playing in the under-18s all year. Him and another bloke, he must have been close too. So it's good to see him playing. Young Vesti has been played pretty well. Actually, he's one of the Central's better players this year. He's out with an injury, so they're giving the young fella a go, and why not? Although I don't know who they play, the under-18s. They probably need him to play finals. I would think they're up there in the finals, I think.
Yep.
So, but they must be happy to play in the final. They must be already in the finals, otherwise they wouldn't have risked him, I don't think.
Yep.
But no, that's great to see the kid playing. I hope he goes really well.
Gives him an opportunity. As I said, that's what every club will be looking to do, is give their young fellows a bit of an opportunity. As I said, the clubs that are not making the finals might be more important for them to progress a few through and give them a bit of taste of senior footy. Arch, your thoughts up there for Werribee and Corio this afternoon?
Just as Grubby summed up pretty perfectly, as he always does. I think that if we see the same game style and they play the game on their terms as they did against East Geelong, like they did a couple of weeks ago, I think they should well and truly get the job done against Corio. And it's kind of it's a bit of a dead game as well. It doesn't have that many ramifications on the ladder leading towards the end of the year, but no, definitely good to see some kids play for both teams as well as you come towards the end of the year, where you can kind of play those kids.
We know that for Corio are going to play well. They need Herschel Carr to kick goals. Was Robinson the bloke that goes to him, Grub, do you reckon?
He's a big, tall bloke and takes a lot of marks. Robinson, he's been fantastic, actually, since he's come. I reckon he's probably their most important player, the way their back line is structured. But I'm just not sure whether he's the bloke for a slick move. And he's not quick, Herschel Carr, but he just pushes you out and he gets back. He kicked 10 against them last time. I don't think Robinson played in that game. I don't know.
Him or Donnan then, maybe Donnan.
Yeah, Donald will probably get him for a while. I forget who had him last time, but whoever it was, he won't be getting him.
Well, maybe, as I said, we saw Taylor take on Caleb Izzard a couple of weeks ago. Was he back in their senior side?
He's still out.
Oh, well.
He's still out.
He might have been the next player I would have suggested to go there.
I would say Brodie Taylor
Yep.
would have been the man for the job.
Yep.
Just looking at the other forwards for Corio, I think the Burns and Jelinek and those blokes, they're not real tall blokes either. So maybe Robinson will get the job on Carr.
Yeah, because I was going to say, they are tall when you walk past them on the ground, mate. They're taller than us, so they're big kids. But you're right, in general size, no, probably not the... But they are good options. They're good marking options down there, so...
Mind you, and I don't mean to take anything away from a great 10-goal game, but he's kicked 6 of them when the game was over, and they weren't that much worried about it because they were about 70 points up. So the way to stop Herschel Carr at Corio is to stop the ball coming in. And I think if the midfielders stick to their guns and play really good footy, I think they can stop it coming in like it did that day to Carr.
So next game we're going to look at is the North Geelong game. They take on Geelong West. North Geelong, again, probably looking to, I would think, finish top 2 in this during the course of the season, give themselves their best opportunity. They take on Geelong West, who were pretty good last week. As I said, probably the scoreboard didn't suggest it was a great game to go and watch, but they were too good for Bannockburn, and they would suppose go out there heartened by that performance, but can they lift enough to get anywhere close to North Geelong, Grub?
Oh, look, I don't think so. I mean, there's top spot up for grabs. Now, whether that's the big advantage or not, I don't know. It is for confidence if you finish on top of the ladder. I think all 3 sides at the top are on the same points. So you would want to win, and if it's percentage, you want to get some percentage. I think they'll play pretty well. It's great to see Charlie Farrell back in. So he came in, he went out, and he's back in again. Billy's back in, and McDonald, and Perry, and Widdowson goes back to the second. So he must not be 100% fit, because I know he at his best, he could be in that side. So they've got a few good players coming back in, and they'll be far too strong for West today.
No Ruckman out there again today.
No, Tommy Davis is out.
Yeah, so again, probably I wasn't George that did the rucking. Who did the rucking at East Geelong? We saw him.
Sobe? No, it wasn't. It was
for North Geelong.
Well, Cooper Vaughan did a bit.
Cooper Vaughan did it. Yes, and he did a pretty good job that day.
And even Pash did a little bit too. And he's not much bigger than me.
It might have been Cooper Pash we're talking
about. They both
of
them had a crack.
Yeah. So again, they're probably going to rely on those blokes out there.
Well, so they haven't got Blake Miller to do that, which they normally would do.
Yeah. Is he likely to come back?
Well, not when I spoke to him, but I don't know. Maybe if his cousin's Tim Barton, he's a chance.
Yeah. Sees the same doctor and gets the right medicine. It's amazing what you can do.
Might be right.
What do you think, Arch? North Geelong looked on paper to be far too strong.
Yeah, they had a big percentage boost last week as well, and I think that I don't see a way that Geelong West get over the top of them though. Jackson Collins is an interesting one from Geelong West. He's been the best 8 out of their last 9 games, so he's putting a real good run of form together. And early in the season, big raps on him as well. So it's good to see him come good. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just think that North Geelong are going to be way too strong, especially in their midfield as well. As we know, we watched a couple of weeks ago that coaching masterclass by Riccardi against East Geelong in tough conditions. I think that they play like that. They play like they did last week. They're going to be far too good for Geelong West.
Yeah, they've got some. They've got a good blend, I reckon, now at North Geelong. Their midfield group are good. Jewel, Desnoy, Chuck Swinnerson in there. Then you got their back 6 seem to be as good as I reckon they've had for some time out there. So it's going to be a big job for the Geelong West Giants to get through them, especially Anarchy, as I said, they haven't got Blair in their side and haven't had him for, I suppose, 6 or 7 weeks, but they need to find other avenues. I wouldn't mind seeing, I know Jackson Collins generally plays through half-back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind just seeing him just go forward, just as an extra marking option for them, just because they seem to be able to get the ball down there enough, but just limited with their scoring range, I suppose.
It's a very good call. And even for North Geelong, having Riccardi run through the midfield, I think he's been having more and more midfield minutes, and he's just an explosive player. Coming on, if he plays half back, playing half forward, and then going through the midfield as well. So he's a one for North Geelong to start to get some more midfield minutes in going to the finals.
Well, I tell you, I don't reckon it's a good call at all. I reckon it's a very, very dangerous call. Because this bloke Collins, he's been fantastic down back all year. You put him up forward, you might get 40 goals kicked against you. Because he's done a great job down there. Yeah. I'd be waiting for a while till I do that. You start him at centre back, and if you can't win or can't lose, then see what he's like there.
Yeah, as I said, I've got a feeling that we haven't seen a lot of him, so I just reckon he'd be a great option to have there, and you can mix it around a little bit.
I don't know if they've got someone to go back and do the job he does. I really don't.
Yeah.
And the way North play, you're going to need someone.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
Especially he might even be playing on one of your favourite players who you didn't bother to mention, Mitch Bibb.
No. I've just been impressed with the way he's gone about his footy this year. As I said, for me, he just seems to have added a little bit of pressure up forward. As I said, that's what they need, and he doesn't have to be the key forward anymore because they've got other options kicking for goals. So,
well, put him in your team of the year then.
I would, probably tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
No, but it's got to be in today.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, if he kicks 8 today, I'm going to be knocking on your door tomorrow.
You liar, he's already in yours. Don't even start that rubbish with
Who's been key forward for Geelong West, having Blair out since then?
Well, I'll tell you, there's let me get my little bit of notes here.
You probably guess that Jasper George is probably going to go to their
Butters has been their goal kicker.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I don't know much about him because I don't know whether he played in that game early in the season. But ever since Alex Blair's come out of the side, he's been the bloke that's gone in there. Michael Lehman's the other bloke that probably could go up forward. And
yes, anywhere.
Yeah, well, anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah. No, but that's another bloke that could be a very good avenue towards goal.
Well, actually, maybe not anywhere. He'd be forward or back.
Yeah, don't play him in the ruck like they did him a couple of years ago.
Well, even on ball.
Just about near killed him.
Yeah, he's just come back. He's probably not quite as fit as he should be. He wouldn't be on the ball, but he could do wonders in the back line. He can do wonders in the forward line, that bloke.
He hasn't put any weight on, I know that.
Can he?
No. He's still pretty light sort of bloke. At home, the Bannockburn Tigers, they take on the Anarchy Roos out there this afternoon. And I suppose both clubs with a little bit to prove here because Bannockburn haven't had the best of seasons with their blend of injuries that a couple of players that they lost. They have been using a lot of youth. They've got a couple of new players in again today. But Anarchy would want to finish this season as positively as they possibly can to just show that they are not too far away from playing some finals footy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I reckon they can still play finals footy.
No, you're dreaming.
No, not really.
How are they going to do that?
All right. Well,
who are they going to put out?
Well, if they win their last, all they've got to do is keep winning.
Yep.
If they can win their last 3 games, they'll finish on 44 points.
Right. Yep.
The way Thompson's injuries are going, they could finish on 40.
Yep.
Right. Inverleigh got the 3 toughest games you've ever seen, can finish on 36-40.
Yep.
So they can win. What they've got to do, Anarchy have got to win today against Bannockburn.
Yep.
Right. I don't think they can win against North the following week.
Yep.
But they can certainly beat Werribee in the last. And 2 games.
Where's that Werribee game?
That's at Werribee, so it'll be tough.
Yep.
But they can get to 44, and Thompson and Inverleigh can get to 40, 44, 36. So it's not over yet for Anarchy. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, as I said, if you've got that in your own hands to do, and you're not relying upon other results, I agree. But
but the other results are Inverleigh play the top 3 sides.
Yep.
Right, or 4 sides. So that helps.
Thompson.
Well, Thompson haven't got any players left.
Yeah, no.
Mitch reckons to me this morning they cannot make the fight.
Winchelsea today, and I think they've got next week we're going to do East Geelong.
Yeah.
And I think their last game of the year is out at Bannockburn.
Right. Well, Thompson. Troop, Boyd, Smets, Knight, Saligan, Jacker, Kamerick,
Lynch.
Lynch.
Yep.
Mowat went out this week. What else they got?
You said
Kamaric.
Kamerick's out.
Oh, is
Hannessy back in?
He's back in. Diffie's out. So, we'll get to them when we get to them. But I tell you, to beat Winch, I was going to tip Winch. I was going to tip Thompson. But we'll get to that when we get to it. But no, they can maybe not win another game.
Right. Well, what about Bannockburn and Anarchy though?
What about Bannockburn?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're talking about Bannockburn and
Well,
Anarchy at the moment. And
well,
I want you to tell me who's going to win that game of footy.
Well, what I was going to say is Anarchy believe that there's still a chance to make finals, and so do I, if the results go their way. So they've got no choice whatsoever. They have to win today. If they don't win today, then you can kiss them goodbye. They got Crossets coming in for gear. But the other thing I look at with Bannockburn, look, yeah, they'll be a bit disappointed that Ronnie thought they could make it when they probably couldn't. But in Lockie Osborne, he's a debutant.
Yep.
They're saying Wentworth's a debutant. I thought I'd seen him before. But if he's not, he's a debutant this year for sure. But I think it's his first game. And Luke Bowden comes in. But they lose Aidan Osborne, Harding, and Lockie Battalia's probably stepped down for one of these kids, I think so. So what they've done, Bannockburn, I think they've realised, all right, we can't make it. We're not going to play one. We're going to play 2 or 3 kids, right? And unless they're superstars like the Elzingers and Hosey and those blokes, but they haven't given the game away. They've given their kids a go, and that should make it. Anarchy wins today, and I think they can out there.
Gee, aren't Anarchy going to rue the 2 losses to Corio?
They'd be sitting fourth.
And the loss to Geelong West.
Wow.
And nor in the terms of the season and what they've been able to achieve, they've been results that have really knocked them, I think.
It's cost them a spot.
Absolutely.
It's definitely, they'd be in there now.
Oh, yeah. And comfortably sitting in there.
And comfortably. And even with having to play North next week, they'd still be comfortably sitting there to play finals. So that would rude for sure.
Yep. As I said, game can be won and lost. Arch.
I'm going the same. I think that Anarchy is a good momentum going to the back half of the season. They'd be ruined those losses earlier. They've won the last 2. I think it was Mawson. He's not. He didn't play last week. He's not playing this week.
I think he is playing.
He's not named.
No.
Reece Ginn, he's not back in their side either, is he? Because he was out last week as well, wasn't he? Out of Bannockburn's side. So they haven't really got that ruck.
He hasn't come back in, no.
Okay, so, and as I said, we spoke about Joshy Kunchka not playing since the Interleague game. So they've been really robbed with their height situation out there. So I'm not too sure who does the ruck. Is young Thompson in their side? He might be one of the blokes that can actually do a bit of ruck work.
Yeah, but he really struggled, didn't he, with being the number 1 ruck. When he's okay to go in and give it
a light little kid, yeah.
And Lockie Osborne's a big tall unit as well.
Is
so
he?
He might go into the ruck as well. He'd be 6'3", 6'4".
Well, if you're going to give him a debut game, throw him to the wolves. Throw him straight into the fire in the ruck and see how he goes. Who will he be against? He'll be against...
might be Barter.
Barter goes...
Barter, yeah.
No, it'd be probably Barter or...
Detman, is he playing?
Yeah.
He's
Michael Crossett?
Nah. Who else rucks for him? Just trying to think.
Majority of the ruck time will go to Barter.
Just looking through their side there today, I reckon that Barter will probably do most of that ruck work himself. So
he's pretty much not a natural ruckman.
No, he's not.
To me, he's a natural forward.
Yeah.
So if you give the kid a chat, gives the kid a chance to have a good debut.
It's going to be a big ask for him out there. Braden Riddle, was he in that side?
Riddle's the bloke I was thinking about.
Riddle, he's a bloke. No, so he's been in and out of that side as well. So I'm not too sure whether he's been having a lot of injury as well. So look, we're both sides. As I said, Oscar Barter's not a bad replacement to go in there. But again, then you take him out, but you've still got Bosley and you've got Lever.
They've been able to do that.
So yeah, look, it'll be an interesting game. I agree. I think Anarchy probably with that little bit more to play for this afternoon. I think they might just get over the top of Bannockburn. So that will be interesting to keep our eyes on.
I would also like to see them play it 46, 47 or 48 out of 48.
Yep.
Right, so I don't think they can play their best side over that. But if they're playing at 46, 47, 48, then they're pretty close.
Yep, that's good. So that's that game when we think Anarchy might win there. Another game we'll have a look at, as I said, a game with some real relevance as to where teams will finish or stay in this final series. Winchelsea at home, they take on Thompson. Unfortunately for Winchelsea, Brown, a big out for them. And Gemmell, I think, was another one I think I saw listed. And for Thompson, well, as I said, the list just keeps growing out there. But wounded soldiers gives an opportunity for someone else to come in and take their place. Have they got the soldiers to win out there this afternoon, Grub?
Well, you say wounded gives a chance for soldiers to come and take their place. And when you've got 3 or 4, I think that applies. When you've got 12, I think you're going too deep for them. And look, please, don't text in or anything. I'm not having a go at anybody. But the blokes that come in, Jacko's going to play. So
and he wouldn't be 50%.
well, he's been playing in the twos when required and only spending small time on the ground. So he won't be playing a lot of the time. And I just hope to hell he doesn't take one of his great marks and hurts himself. I really don't. I hope he doesn't because he's got to play next week for his 300.
He's had his 300 next week.
So, and Hannessy's back in, which is a great in. The ins that worry me, and as I say, I'm not having a go at these blokes, but Humpage, Eden and Butler, right, I think I'm confident in saying that if they didn't have many injuries, these young fellas probably would stay in the seconds. And I tell you what, I just don't, as I say, soldiers replace soldiers, but they're just gone too deep for them. I just don't know. I was going to tip Thompson. Sorry, I was going to tip Winch. And then I had a look at their outs. Beasley, Gemmell and Caleb Brown. So not as many, but gee, there's some quality there.
Yeah.
And I just think, I don't know. I'll go Thompson, but I don't know. You might as well go Thompson because you've checked the phone, haven't you? Have you checked the phone?
Yeah, and I was right. I'll show you later. I did.
No,
tip,
you went
I
for
did
Thompson.
I did tip Belmont
I'll find
last
it myself,
week.
you lying. I'll find it myself.
So the ins, out of the ins this week, I'm going to tip Winchelsea just because I think it is a bridge too far for Thompson.
Can you record that, please?
But I think the ins that Thompson have this week. Jake Butler, he's played 4 senior games this year. Reece Humpage has come from Drysdale 2 years ago, where he played seniors there. So they're not there. And then so they're not the most out of position, out of senior football players. So
Would they play seniors with a full side?
No.
No, I don't think so. But Butler played seniors this year, 4 senior games before round 7. So when they did have a full side, so they could get in. Caleb Eden's played seniors the last couple of years. He's not the worst one to come in. I think that it's a very similar story to last week. And I think if they can keep a healthy bench, it's going to be the story of the day. But obviously with Jackson McLeod, we never know what's going to happen to him, if he's going to go 100% of how much game time he's going to play. I think it's going to be a tight contest, but at Winchelsea, I'm going to tip Winch.
You know what? I don't know if I can tip Thompson. I just having a look at their outs. Jacker in the back line. Kamarick was as good as anyone going around. And Mowatt's probably their biggest loss. He's been fantastic, Mowat. He's a class backman. So out of the back line, you got Mowat and Jacker.
And Diffie played back there, and Bark was back there as well last week as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, Back's out as well.
Yeah.
Do we have him? So that's another one.
Well, we've got him out. So I said.
So I reckon 3 or 4 of them have come out of their back line from last week.
Yeah.
I know you've got Maguire can go back.
Well, I don't think he wants to. I don't think Lynch wants him to. He's got to be in the middle.
Unfortunately, when you take this many players out, you've got to have someone at least that can go back and play in a key position because, as I said, you've lost pretty much your centre-half back and your full-back out of that side, let alone having a couple of other blokes from, fill in the outside. So I think at some stage that call has to be made. He has to go back. I know you've still got to win games of football, but if you can't defend it as well, it's going to make it pretty tough. I still think Thompson might just have enough. As I said, Cam's been, for me, a really good forward player for them up season. He's going to have a major impact up there for him again today. And he's been good all season, but he's really going to have to stand up today. I think his first 4 or 5 shots last week at goal went too flash. If he can straighten himself up, that can make a difference. As I said, get a bit of scoreboard pressure. But out at Winch, they're not going to go down without asking him a few questions. I'm going to go Thompson, but only on I would think, just over the line.
The other thing is, too, what they've got to try, and they've got no control over this, of course. They can't afford any more. What if they get another couple today?
Well, yeah.
I mean, how deep can they go?
Well, you can't. You just about put the cue in the rack and say, well,
there's an old bloke playing in the seconds.
Yeah, the coach of the seconds, Paul Kinneborough.
He's going to play in the seconds. Because they're running out of players.
Maybe they should have got the umpire in the seconds just to fill in the ruck for him.
He was going to.
Oh, was he?
He was going. I went to the footy with him the same night, and I think they had a jersey big enough for him.
Well, I reckon you could put a couple together and get yourself in there. He wouldn't be out of thoughts. He'd be a bit like Mark Stewart, I reckon. Just stand in the middle, just pave his way around the game, and just he wouldn't have to move.
He's a premiership ruckman for Thompson.
Just have to wait till the ball comes back again.
Is he still playing, Mark Stewart?
He was at North Shore in the seconds. I don't know. I don't think he played. I couldn't tell you if he's playing this year, but he definitely was playing last year. So
I can tell you exactly where he's playing.
Where is he?
North Sunshine Thirds.
Is he?
Yeah. I don't know if you saw on the news during the week, there was a game got called off.
Was it in the red colours?
That's where he plays.
He wasn't the big bloke doing all the swinging, was
No, but they played Werribee Centrals last night.
Well, there you go.
The winner goes into the finals.
Oh, there you go. Well, look, I think if he can still do it, why not do it? But, gee, I'll tell you what, when he gets to, I don't know how old he is now, but when he gets another 10 years on, Grub, he might just question his decision to be able to do that.
50.
Yeah,
He'd have to be.
Yeah.
He'd have
How
to
many
be.
games do you reckon he's played?
Oh, 4 million.
Yeah, probably.
I tell you what, though, he's been an ornament to the game. Don't you worry about that.
He's been around a little bit, so I should give credit where it's due. I think it's tremendous. Look, the last game we'll look at before we actually look at our game here this afternoon is the Belpost Hill, I should say, taking on East Geelong. And again, importance to both sides here. East Geelong, if they want to finish on top, have that week's break. I'm not too sure whether that actually does any good to anyone these days, but Belpost Hill need to keep winning, obviously, Grub, to keep themselves in the finals contention.
Well, they do, and this is a real big game for them because if they can win this, I think they can count themselves in the finals. I did have it somewhere who they've got left. They've got East and Inverleigh. So, but then they got Corio last game.
Yes.
So,
And Inverleigh will be playing for their spot as well. So
they can finish on 44 points.
Yep.
And possibly 40 like Anarchy.
Yep.
So they have to keep winning. They have to win today. They have to beat Corio last round. And if they don't beat East next week, they can still make it 5. So, but if they win today, look out. They're playing in the finals. Felix Jones comes back into the side and Wilson. Called Bowie McNamara, we saw got hurt last week. He's out. Don't know for how long. But they probably need him, especially against East. The Huff's back down at East Geelong. He's back in. Well, the Hoff, what do you call him? And Big Jacob and Big Nolan's back in. They lose Dixon and Flintoff, a couple of good players. I think Flintoff might have a run of the two. So it's up at Belpost Hill.
They usually match up pretty well against East Geelong. But having said that, their early game this season, East just blew them apart.
Yeah, and in the previous years, they've been able to beat them. You're
Yes.
right. You know what? I just think, East just, but up at the hill, you don't know. Mark Stewart has played 272 games.
that can't be right.
No.
Yeah.
The record will only go back about to about
Because
mid-2000s.
I reckon he would have nearly played that at Buddy Corio.
I would say he's played 500. He's played nearly double that.
So he would have been about 30 in 2008. So he had another 12 seasons onto that.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's got a lot more up. But as I said, it'd be nice to know. I know he went to. Did he go to Newcombe with Ricky too? Stewie? Did he go to Lawn?
No, he went to the GFL.
Yep.
And I think he
Well,
got named in the top dozen players, or right up high in the top players ever
Yep.
in the GFL.
I reckon he went to Lawn, obviously, somewhere down.
Yeah.
Was it?
Lawn, Sunshine, North Shore.
There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, great ornament to the game. But, yeah, I don't know. I'd love to pick Belpost Hill to see them make finals, but I'd love to pick East because they deserve it.
Bowie McNamara's corky in the calf must have been more than a corky in the calf. And I actually thought Timmy Barton, we both thought Timmy had actually torn a muscle. But again, he's a marvellous man, Timmy Barton. He keeps coming back.
I know, but a corky in the calf to a bloke like McNamara who's getting a bit on and hasn't played any footy or much footy for the whole year, it might take a bit to get over.
And I think knowing where the position are and what they have to do, I don't know whether they're going to risk him today.
And they need him for the last 2 games.
Yeah, Arch, what are your thoughts
Oh,
here,
I
mate?
think it's an awesome game. I think if we weren't here right now, we'd be at that game for sure. I think East Geelong, it's a really good matchup, really. I think watching young Bashurin last week, he played well, had him in the votes. For East Geelong, obviously having Zach Smith back last
I
week,
knew that'd come.
kicked a few goals.
He kicked 12 today, won't he?
Oh, we'll see. Caleb Ezard is the one that he kicked 4 last week, and he's one that we watched him a couple of weeks ago, and he did dominate his opponent, but he should have because it was about a foot taller than him. But it's good to see him get some more continuity in his game as well and starting to play well. So yeah, I think he could be a really hard matchup for anyone, especially if he jumps that full stretch at the ball. No one's going to be able to spoil him. I think that East Geelong all around have a pretty good game in balance, and I think that after that North Geelong game and then the Werribee game, it was a bit of a wake-up call, and Allsbrook looks like to have his team playing well again. So I'm going to go East Geelong, but contingent that Belpost Hill, I wouldn't be surprised if they upset them today.
I think Ezard is very, very important because if he holds his marks,
Yep.
no, if he doesn't,
No.
the Belpost Hill back line of Baseley and Whitney gets down there and all those blokes down there in the back line, they whisk the ball away and they kick it to position down the ground. So he's got to take his marks. He has to mark the footy.
I think what we saw, his progression in his game from when we watched him out at East Geelong against North Geelong, and then we watched him play against Werribee, and then last week, from all reports, he played really well. So it seems like he's starting to get some continuity and play better each week.
What worries me is who will we play on? Who will be sent half back at
well,
Belpost Hill?
It'll either it comes down to whether you use Flackavento.
Too small.
Well, not Nick. Nick's okay. He's got a little bit more height. Bannister.
Possibly.
Yeah, Daniel Bannister.
But then you've got guys you've got to look at is also obviously Smith, but he can take a smaller option.
A smaller bloke. I'm just talking height here.
Yeah, so you're looking at those two. That's Belpost Hill side, unless you play Barton back. But again, you take him out of that forward position. With the two Jones boys back in the side, they went really well a couple of weeks back when we saw them playing forward because their pace was good. You chuck Cozzy in that mix, and I think they've got that okay.
Yeah, but I'm just talking height.
Norman would have the height, but he's not big enough, would he?
No, he's not big enough.
Not to play a key position player.
I'll tell you what worries me. He did take a lot of marks against young Smith, who was about 4'9". But when they switched him around a bit and Robinson went to Izzard, I don't think he touched the foot. He didn't take another mark.
Yep.
Because he had a bloke as tall as him. So
no
matter what,
Flackavento and Bannister would be the two there.
Yeah, he has to mark it because all those blokes you just mentioned,
Yep.
they're the blokes that whisk the ball down and make Belpost still look good.
Those two key backs have got to take Steele and Caleb Izzard, and then Smith, as I said, he's dangerous, very dangerous, but he can play. He's a smaller forward, so you can play a smaller. Maybe a Sammy Quinn might have to do that job.
Well, yeah, you don't want a tall player on Zach Smith because you run rings around.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, I have a big call here, and I might get told off for it. But for East Geelong to not only win today, but to progress through the finals, we need something more out of Steele.
Yep.
We need something more. He's a class player. I don't think he's quite performed week to week up to what they thought he was.
Or we thought he would.
And he can change all that by taking the game by the scruff of the neck from here on in. He's good enough to do it, but for them to keep winning, he has to do it.
Well, I didn't look through their results from last week, so I'm not too sure who kicked their goals. But to beat Belmont Lions by that 60 points last week, they obviously played some pretty good football.
Yes.
Again, as I said, I would love to have gone back now and actually sat down and had a look at who kicked their goals. So that's something we might have a look at during the course.
Just lastly on that game as well, Cynthia, is that I think that it's really important as we watched. If they watched the replay last week, East Geelong with Belpost Hill and Thompson, that Belpost Hill did a really good job of pressing up and blocking out the stoppages, blocking out the exits for Thompson to go out of D50. And we saw a couple of weeks ago when they did that to Beardsall kicking out. North Geelong did that to Beardsall. He had no other options, and he kept going straight down the middle or getting caught himself. So they can set up really well defensive 50 of the kick-outs, and there'll be a long way to win the game.
Ash Whitney's become a very, very good coach. He's a very astute coach. He did. You got it right. Blokes like Beardsall who can win games for you, they actually targeted him a little bit. And a lot of coaches haven't done that. And you're right, every time he got the ball, he got run down because there were blokes ready to do that, But I got a question for you, Smithy. Belmont beat East Geelong reasonably well here.
Yes.
Got beaten easily on East Geelong.
Yep.
The size of the two grounds is a big size. Does that hamper their chances of playing on St Albans? Even though I thought they had a good final series last year, is this ground not good for them?
Are you talking East Geelong or are you talking Belmont Lions?
Belmont Lions.
Well, they perform pretty well, and you'd have to start the question whether East Geelong can go out to St Albans and play what they've been doing in recent seasons. But to be honest with you, Grub, I think Belmont Lions can adapt their game to that bigger ground. I know that they play this ground exceptionally well, but from what I've seen during the course of the year, last week was probably the only one I reckon I've seen that they haven't been able to manage to get a result out of it. So I don't think that will be detrimental to them going forward. But East Geelong, as I said,
that's the word I was looking for.
Detrimental, was it? That's pretty good, isn't it?
I quite agree with you, by the way.
Yeah.
But it was just a question I had to ask.
Yeah.
Because it's their finals are coming up.
Yeah, as I said, then we know they're going to be there. Look, we're going to throw back to the studio. We're going to take a short break before we go through this game here this afternoon. And as I said, we've got the Belmont Lions taking on Inverleigh, an important game in terms of where clubs are going to finish this year. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Welcome back to this afternoon's game here. Belmont Lions taking Inverleigh, and a special mention out there to one of our viewers and listeners. Young Ruby's out there listening to Uncle Dolt play his game out here. Couldn't be here this afternoon. Shane had to put up with a young granddaughter last night, and he was glad to hand it back this morning. That's what he said. So I'm not too sure whether that was the case.
Oh,
or
of course he would. I know. That's the type of bloke he is.
He loves young Ruby. Don't worry about that. So, look, we're looking forward to the game this afternoon. As I said, Inverleigh again, probably over recent weeks have got some players in and out of their side and unfortunately not at their full strength, missing some quality. Belmont, on the other hand, today are getting a few more back grubs. So that is all going in the right direction for them.
Well, not so sure. They've getting a few back.
But lost a couple out.
But they've lost a couple out. They've got Allen, Sheriff McNamara, Jubba,
Yep.
and Wilson and Lindsay, which is a good 5 in. Unfortunately, they've lost Brock Marnie, Steele, Wiley again, Phillips and Primer. So they've lost a couple of real goodies in there too.
Yeah.
And, but they've learnt to cope with the injuries a little bit, but then it got too many for them. Some of the other blokes are back in that side. They need to get Noah Hootsma back. They need a ruckman.
Yep.
I think they'll be kicking themselves now that the big fella Evans did go, because they were playing him in the twos. Because I think even though he's big and he's getting on and he's a bit slow, he wins ruck contests and he gets to the ball. And he would be real handy now that Noah Hootsma isn't playing. I don't know how long he's going to be out for, but by crikey, they need him back very, very quickly. Inverleigh, well, their big out is obviously Mason Dixon. He's really come of age of a footballer. When we first saw him, he took a few marks and sprayed the ball everywhere. But ever since, as he's gone on and on and on, he kicks goals. He's a lovely young fella. And I think he's out for the year, isn't he?
Right, he broke his arm, Grub.
Yeah, so he's gone.
I don't. You wouldn't be looking at him in the next 2 or 3.
No, so that's a big, big loss. Gee, this is tough here because Belmont's form isn't great. And Inverleigh's form is pretty good. They had a win against Werribee last week. I tell you what, if they do what they did last week, they can win. They had about 20 shots less than less than Werribee.
Yep.
But they kicked something like 15-4 or something like that, and Werribee kicked 16 or 17 points. And it went down to the wire, and they were able to get across. And the only reason in the finish was pretty much 15-4.
Yep.
They kicked 14-6 or something like that. They can't win. So, or they don't win. So their form's been very, very good because, as we said, Werribee is sort of playing okay footy. But it's out here. And I would say Inverleigh's ground is quite a deal bigger than this. I don't know. I just think they've got a lot to play for, whereas Belmont, they're going to finish top 3, you would think. I don't think they can come out of there. And they're going to get a double chance. Whether they need the rest or whatever, I don't know. But I just going to stick to the home side, I think. I just think they can win it at home.
For them and with their players they've got coming back in, as I said, we've only got a couple of games to go, Grub. Gee, they're going to need some continuity in their games. As I said, if they happen to go in and they win the first final and they're finished top and then go back, some of these players are only going to play maybe 1 or 2 games in three or 4 weeks. So then, for me, that then answers the question is, all right, we've brought them back to win these games of football, but how serious is it going to be once their game goes up that notch in finals football? Are their injuries going to be able to cope with the extra stress or the pressure being put on their body? So,
Archie, how quick can you look up in Belmont's last 3 games?
Well, they haven't won for a month, but
Have they?
No, they haven't. They haven't won for a month. They've lost their last 4, Belmont, and Inverleigh have won 4 in a row. So, how much do you think that their form's going on it? And Inverleigh have won 7 out of the last 8 as well.
well, beaten by East Geelong. You're right there.
So just give us a...
So out of the last 4 games, Belmont lost to East Geelong.
No. I need the last 3.
Yeah, and then they lost to Bellpost Hill.
Now, the last 3 games of the year. Who are they?
Oh, last 3. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, the last 3 games.
So they've got Corio. So obviously Inverleigh today, then Corio, and then Geelong West.
Right, so, yeah, well, they should win them. It just worries me if they lose a couple more. They'll stay where they are in the top 3, but maybe their confidence and they might drop a little bit. It's, actually, it's probably...
So what you're saying, they sound like Collingwood at the moment.
A little bit.
Ha 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 ha.
I'd say a win here for Belmont would be equally as important for them as Inverleigh.
Well, as I said, you don't want to be starting finals football having a couple of losses. As I said, we've lost. You look at the last couple of weeks, as Arch just pointed out.
They've lost the last 4.
Well, there you go. I wouldn't have thought that. But having said that, you don't want to continue on that vein because, as I said, it does rob you of that what they've been able to put up at the start of the season. So they may have been lucky that they've been able to have that little bit of a buffer along the way. So it's going to be very interesting. But what about your thoughts here, Raj?
Injuries, though, going through that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought they managed to win a couple.
So they won. So the last win would be now a month ago, if they win, and that was against. Let me find. I think it was against. Was it Werribee?
Well, they beat Werribee at Werribee, and did it in fine fashion.
Yeah, that was the last time with 20 points, and that was.
Thompson beat them here. Bellpost Hill, Belmont Lions. Who won that game? Belmont beat Bellpost Hill that day, didn't they?
No, that was the result that got changed.
No, they took it off.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yeah.
So it's been 4 weeks, and that's all I think. I was going to ask you, Grub, how much you think that form and momentum in the season towards the end, how much that matters. Obviously, it's not a must-win game for Belmont. Inverleigh it is, so they got more to play for. But I think it's a really important game for Belmont just to try and get back on the winners list. Not winning for nearly a month now, and Inverleigh winning 7 out of the last 8, 4 in a row with 2 of the top 5 teams. They've got a lot of momentum going into this game, and if they'll be all confident they can knock Belmont off, and then they go into finals contention knowing they can beat anyone.
You know what? You ask about momentum, but something just crept into my head. East Geelong, the last couple of years, have had all the momentum, look at $1 million, and haven't played well in finals.
Yeah.
So, does momentum mean anything, or you get to the finals and go, right, here we are? I don't know. I just don't know.
I reckon a lot of it, some of that stuff could be mental. You just go out there and provide a bit of a doubt in their mind, and all of a sudden things just don't fall the way they normally would, and it makes it a little bit harder. So,
well, Thompson never looked like making the 5 last year, and they end up scraping in and then demolishing everyone in the final. So
they never looked like losing the game.
No, they didn't.
Their confidence just grew.
Yeah, and you wouldn't say they had great momentum going in. They scraped in. So doesn't mean much in last year's results. Probably not. But you would have, after losing 4, you'd want to get one. You wouldn't want to lose today, made 5. You get Corio, you expected to win anyway in West. So you actually haven't proven anything to yourself if you win the last 2.
There again, that doubt then starts to creep in when you're playing quality football or quality oppositions. It makes it tough. Yeah. Again, Josh Viney, as I said, he's been one that start of the season was playing on ball and through the middle. I don't know now whether they put him back just to stiffen their defence because obviously there's a fair bit of reliance upon Filer to be back there. Warren's another tool that can probably go back and play back there. But again, you look at their forward options. Bacon's been good since they've moved him from wing forward. He's been getting goals regularly down there. Casey Meehan and Dalton Grundle with their hands, and obviously just their finishing. Probably not Dalton with his goal kicking, but obviously, Casey Meehan's a good kick from goal. So
has he been playing well, Casey?
No, he's only kicked 5 goals for the year.
I think he's getting a lot more hands on ball. Yeah. So I think that's just an option for them. So,
well, when you're talking about Josh Viney, does he go back forward with the exclusion of Mason Dixon?
Again, that could be an option
lose
there.
Something there.
Again, they've got to find that lead up player. And again, probably here today, the centre forward not as important as we know, Grub. So
exactly.
The ball comes out of the middle and goes long. So they could play a small at centre forward and just fill up, leave that gap in behind them, completely open and just let people run into it. So
that's perfectly set up for if he was playing. No centre forward, Mason Dixon in the goal square.
Well, it's probably the ideal place to do it.
It would have been.
Yeah. So that's what it's going to be looking at. So it's going to be interesting. As I said, I'm interested now. A few of the blokes coming back in. Josh Wilson's a bloke that I sort of like. He plays a lot from the wing. He's a left footer. He reminds me a bit of Hall out at Corio, the way he plays his game. So it's going to be interesting. But again, the Evans boys, Jack through the middle and Bennett full forward. As I said, he's not the quickest of bloke, but I reckon he's got his first 10 steps he takes are pretty explosive. So big jobs for the defensive Inverleigh if they're going to hold out there today.
Have we got the umpires or we didn't get them? Well, I'll tell you one thing. There is a young fella who we've had in the box here a couple of times, young Noah Kennedy. Remember him coming in,
yes,
young Noah?
Yep.
He umpires his 100th game today, which is a lot of games umpiring for a young fella like that.
How old would he be? Well, he's not 18 yet. He's only 16 or 17, is he? Or is he younger again?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I was going to say 14 or 13, but if you're listening now, or his mum and dad, ring us up or text us and see how old he is. But 100 games, he probably does a few each weekend. That includes boundary field and whatever. But he is a kid that, like most kids grow up and they go, I'm going to play league footy.
Yep.
This kid right from the start is, I'm going to umpire league footy. He's got a goal. He does everything possible apparently at training, in games. I've seen him umpire. He's a very good kid. And I, for one, hope that he goes on and does that and makes AFL footy, because we can all look back and say, hey, remember that kid? He's made league footy. But I tell you what, if anyone's gonna, he can. Good luck, Noah, and congratulations on 100 games, mate.
And he's a decent young kid too,
Beautiful
so don't worry
kid.
about that. Yep,
Beautiful kid.
He knows exactly what he wants. And the game is not too far away here, and it looks like Inverleigh are going to be kicking to the city. It's going to be like that today, I can tell you. So nothing's going to change in the box here. Not now, not ever. So ball is now with the umpire and in the air. This time, Wilson takes the ball down, goes to Grundle. Grundle gets the handball back to Wilson. He moves the ball forward. Outside, goes into the hands there of Reed. Again, they kick from the half-back line into their forward line, and quickly. Ball bounces coming out of the contest. Well, it doesn't come out yet. The handball gets put through. Tackle is laid, and again, umpire this time in quickly. So the game will restart from about 40 metres out from the goal, although probably in this ground, as I said, that 50-metre arc not quite at 50.
38.
Rick Ruckman for Belmont is Dell. Haven't seen much of him, so he might be a new inclusion into the side. McNamara, with his head over the contest there, he holds things up, and again, umpire will come in and take possession of it. So again, the umpire has balled up. Casey Meehan doing the ruck work down in the forward line this time. And again, the ball's not going to come out of there. Umpire again will have to... Oh, he pinged someone there. I'm not too sure who was diving on top of the ball. Both sides. Inverleigh think they've got the free kick. I thought he pointed the other way then. I wasn't expecting that. So the ball is going to go to Jaden Reed, and he is going to have the first shot at goal here this afternoon. Kicking from about 35 to 40 metres out.
Who's the normal Belmont ruckman?
Hootsma.
Hootsma's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Good player,
I
too.
think Jake Wood's been doing a bit.
Yeah.
That went straight off the boot. He put his hand straight in the air. And Jaden Reed has got the first goal of the afternoon. Inverleigh are on the board. They are one straight. They lead Belmont Lions, who are yet to score. And we have travelled almost 2 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
I just had... Look, it doesn't feel like there's a wind. But if you look at the flags, the breeze is going to the end, Inverleigh King, to the club room's end. The flags have just dropped again. A minute ago, they were up a little bit. So if there is a slight edge, I think if you're watching it on the live stream, to the left of your screen, but I don't think it should make any difference.
Back in the middle now. Ball's up in the ruckman is Dell. He tried to win the ball down. Inverleigh going to win it out of the middle. Haberfield had it forward now. Ball's in congestion just on the defensive side of the 50 for Belmont. Good handball back on that occasion. It was by Wilson, although the ball's in dispute now, and it's going to be a stoppage 55 metres out from the Inverleigh goal. Ruckman quickly. He's a big lad, that Dell. He's going to go in.
Well, he's tall.
Against Wilson on that occasion. They get the handball out. Allett now throws it on the boot. It might be out of bounds on the full. It is. So he gains about 30 metres of that kick. But Inverleigh are going to have it coming back the other way now. So they're going to go inside the forward 50, I think, just on the 50 line. It's a good piercing kick. The mark was dropped on that occasion by Lewis. Now the tackle is laid and we'll have another stoppage 55 metres out from the Inverleigh goal. So Wilson and Dell will probably see that all day. They go at it. Wilson wins the tap, although it's Rove coming back the other way from Murdoch. And then he lays another tackle. The player didn't have the ball. Here they go. Here's Meehan. Runs in to kick their second goal of the day. It's touched on the line by Slorak. Good touch, because that was going through. Not great connection, though, on that occasion by Casey Meehan. So 1-1-7 Inverleigh to no score Belmont. We've gone 3.5 minutes on the first quarter. Scoreboard brought to you by Buckers Entertainment.
Mitchell with the ball, kicking in from full back, goes out long. Best position, Violet. Grossanowski comes across, but it's picked up and cleared away. Handball comes back outside the wood. Got it, someone outside, didn't use him. He looks to go back into the middle of the ground. Kick has to be good. We'll find Evans, and he did. Nice kick back inside. Took the risk. It paid off. Has the ball. He's got players wide now of the contest. Eddie looks like he's pushing forward. I think he lost that in the sun and then didn't take clean possession of it. Lewis has applied some pressure out there. Ball's going to run towards the boundary line and it will win. And it's going to be a ball which will take place on the far side. Centre wing or just forward of centre wing.
Who's the danger here? He might be. He's not actually a big lad. He's tall, but he's very slight. He's playing against one of the best ruckmen we've had for a lot of years in Wilson. That could be a big win for Inverleigh there.
Could take its toll towards the game goes on, but this time both ruckmen never got a hand on it. Ball comes to ground, picked up out there by Lewis. Got boot to ball, didn't travel that far. Ends in the hands of Eddie now. Little chip up over the top was good, and the mark has been taken out there. And this is by Allen. So Allen now attacking side of centre wing. He hasn't looked across the ground. He's got an option there now and uses it. Ball into the hands of, not too sure who that is out there. Pelham?
I think it's Pelham.
Yeah, it is. So it's Pelham now. He goes long into their forward line. Now flooding across. Violet just floats across in front, and he takes the mark to relieve some pressure.
Well, doesn't he?
Does that
really
very well.
does.
Goes back into the middle of the ground. Dangerous kick, but it was
Good
good.
one.
And into the hands of Peel's got some running options. McIntosh through the middle of the ground. Got an option wide to Haberfield. Haberfield, ball gets over the top of him. Looks at the ball. Goes into their forward line. Kick wasn't great towards Bacon. He's got some support, though. Good pick up out there. That's Viney. Strugs a tackle. Round the body he goes and finishes. Josh Viney, he's got his first goal of the afternoon, the second now for Inverleigh. They are up and going, 2-1. They lead Belmont Lions, who are yet to score. We have gone 5.5 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
Well, it looks like they probably have put him down there in place of Mason Dixon, and it's paid off. I think he might be going to go. Where's he going now? He's going into the middle somewhere. But it's paid dividends. But twice now, once from down the back line, once from just outside the wing, they've absolutely cut Belmont up with good kicking and good play. And I don't know, Belmont have to do something about that, because if Inverleigh cut them up like that, they're going to beat them. They really, really destroyed them that time. Belmont never looked like knew how to stop them.
It's a great goal. We're back in the middle. Umpire has the ball up. Won that time by Wilson. They're going to win the clearance here and go inside their forward 50. No, just didn't carry to the Inverleigh forward. Now they come forward. Handball out now. Comes out by Muir. He tries to find a target. Central. Belmont got to defend here. It's a good kick by Eddie. He finds his teammate out wide in Michelle. He's going to go over the top. Finds Evans. So Evans on their defensive 50 line now. He's going to go wide. Try and switch the ball to Wilson. He likes to run. He can't on this occasion. He's going to look up. Now he goes for a dash. He might take a bounce. No, he's just going to lower his eyes and finds Evans. Back. Here goes Wilson. He might take on another player. He does. He might send him inside forward 50. Sells himself into a little bit of trouble. Evans is there, though. He roves the ball well. Handball back. He's got the 1-2. Good. Here's Evans from the boundary. He couldn't from there, could he? No. Kicks it out of bounds on the full.
But it was good play just the same.
I like that from Wilson, taking the game on.
I think a bloke with momentum who does that, once he gives the handball and keeps running, you have to run with him. You can't just let him go.
Wilson might just need to find the right side of the body, you grub.
Yeah.
Here goes Inverleigh, got a kick out from virtually full back here. It might just go down the line, looking for Wilson. It won't get as far as him. It's a good one-on-one contest there. I think involved was Grundle for Inverleigh, and there's a free kick given out now. So it's going to go the way of Wilson, it looks like. Oh, it's going to go Grundle. It's going to go Inverleigh's way. So
Jaden Reid, I think, has got the ball, mate. Yep, Jaden Reid.
Yep, Jaden Reid. So Reid now, he's going to play on. He's going to go further down that line. It gets over the top. Here's an opportunity for Meehan here. If he can gather the ball, he can't quite now. He goes in again. They're probably outnumbered here. He's going to sock it off the ground into the path of Snezkov. He's going to gather the ball on the boundary. Snap around. He couldn't from there, could he? No, lands just short. They've got the numbers, though. And then a little dribble kick doesn't quite go through the goals. So that's another minus score. So 1-2 now. 2-2. 14 to no score Belmont. First quarter Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard.
Kick in wasn't great. In the hands of Slorich. He goes along the boundary line. Evans comes at him. That was a better kick. Takes the mark. Still inside defensive 50. Another short one up over the top. McPherson comes up. Long way from his forward position, but hits the ball now and kicks along the boundary line. Went looking for Dell. Over the top of his head. Couldn't collect it. Has now on hands and knees. Goes to Michelle and gets the ball. Little chip inside on the right boot. Was okay. Ellett's there. Kept the ball alive. Oh, that might have been a bit of a scoop up there, but doesn't matter. Umpires allowed it to go. The ball now kicked long into their forward line. Not too sure whether all their forwards are, but it's going to be picked up out there. And this is Stoney in the back pocket. Gets a handball outside to Miles. Back to Stoney. Put him under pressure. They're going to turn it over. It's going to come back. And that was a good piece of work there. Murdoch gets the ball and has taken it and will get 50. So a free kick has been paid to Brockett from 40 metres out. Now he's going to be right on the goal line. And he can go back and kick Belmont's first, a much-needed goal, and does so. So they are on the board. Belmont with one straight goal, trail Inverleigh on 2-2. And we have gone 9 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
Well, a little bit of ill discipline there. I'm not sure that he could have kicked the goal from where he took the mark. So maybe he could, maybe he couldn't. But once you've paid 50, there wasn't much in it. But you just don't need to touch him. He was far too late. And, of course, once he gets the 50, there's no chance of missing it. So a little bit of ill discipline. But Belmont, good to see Belmont get on the board because they've worked pretty hard. Can you find Viney for me? I just want to know what he's doing.
But back in the middle now, Wilson tapped down. It was beautifully roved on that occasion by Love. And then the ball comes out wide to Grundle. Grundle looks up, trying to out wide, finds his teammate. Beautiful kick in the path of Sharrock.
Yep.
Sharrock's going to wheel on his left foot and go, but in the hole, although the mark was dropped on that occasion by Lindsay. So now there's an opportunity for Inverleigh. They're going to go inboard, and they figure something out here. That might be Snezkov from the boundary. Kicks the goal.
Try to sell it to the umpire. The umpire said, no, it's only one behind.
Well, he did his best to sell it, and as the umpire said, no,
It is a
they're going to
goal.
call a goal.
It is
So
a
I don't know
goal.
what you're looking
I
at,
thought
Smithy.
I thought she indicated it
Kicks
behind there.
Inverleigh's third goal. So one straight Belmont Lions to 3-2-20 on the Buckley's Entertainment first quarter scoreboard.
No need to sell that one. That went straight through the middle. And you know what? The second goal they kicked, I thought the goal umpire put the one finger up on that one, so I wasn't saying too much. But great goal. But why I asked you about Viney is I don't think he's starting forward, but I think he's getting down there.
Yeah, no.
So Belmont have to work that out.
So back in the middle again, Wilson up over the top, ball comes to ground. Again, Viney's going to be the one that clears it out. There's a free kick being paid, and it's going to go against Wilson, is it?
Yeah, retaliation.
So the ball's going to be handed back into the hands of Dell now. He handballs off to Murdoch, and straight away they go back into the forward line. McPherson, ball gets over the top of him. Leading back in the race for the ball is Warren. Tries to keep the ball in, so did so. Went to Miles, got the handball over the top. Back to Stoney. He couldn't take clean possession of it. Went back and collected it. Ball came free. Picked up. Evans shrugged off the tackle there. Handballs back inside. McPherson tackled, brought the ground. Alec gets the handball out, only as far as Filet. He transfer play across the ground. Was a defensive kick. Well, I'm glad the umpire doesn't paint a free kick here. He's going to. He has, and it's going to be a free kick going to the Belmont Lions. Michelle is going to kick the ball back inside. That's a nice kick there. Had a short option, went the longer one, and Murdoch sitting in behind has taken the mark and will go back and shoot for goal.
Now, I think I've told you this before, but the Belmont players call him Mitchell,
Yeah,
not Michelle.
thank you.
Thanks, that, Rob.
I'm going to put a T on my sheet.
Well, Michelle's got an E on it.
Also, Murdoch started red hot here.
So Murdoch now from about 40 metres out, almost directly in front, kicks that goal,
kick.
and that is straight over the umpire's head. So they have now their second, the Belmont Lions. They move to 2 straight. They trail Inverleigh on 3-2, and we've gone just on 12 minutes, first quarter.
You're trading goal for goal here. I'll tell you what, if you want to look at the flags now, they are as dead as buggery. They are not moving. So all of a sudden, what breeze there was, if you were listening, I don't know why you would listen to me anyway, but if you were listening, there ain't no wind anymore. Not even a breeze. Look at them.
Back in the middle now, Dell versus Wilson. Up, good tap out, although Murdoch's on it again. He started really well here. A bit of a mongrel kick out wide. Can either team get there? It might go out of bounds. Trying to keep it in is the Inverleigh player. It was well done on those steps over the boundary line in Mars. So we'll have a stoppage 40 metres out from the Belmont Lions goal. Back in it again now, just waiting for the boundary umpire. It's up now, winning front position. It was Evans. He's doing the ruck work in the forward 50. Coming through was McPherson. He couldn't gather the ball, and then the ball stuck somewhere under there. Comes out now. Murdoch again, handball over the top. He might get the 1-2 here. He dashes around one, tries to kick from the impossible angle. As it bounced through, it's gone across the face of goal and goes out of bounds. But what a miraculous goal that would have been from Murdoch. We'll have a ball in 20 metres out from Belmont's goal.
Did he have to dribble it?
I don't think so.
He kicks that in the air, and he's a big chance.
So it might have been touched off the boot for our cameraman. Thank you, Brad.
Well, you listen to a bloke that goes home at quarter time being crook, I wouldn't bother.
So Evans grabs it out of the ruck now. Couldn't quite get it through to ball. Good defence by Inverleigh on that occasion. And then it's getting wrapped up somewhere under there. Good tackle from McPherson. Another stoppage in the forward 50 of Belmont. Up again now. Evans and Wilson. Inverleigh have the numbers. Straight on the boot for, looks like Meehan. 230s guarded against each other. Coming through. They might have an opportunity to goal here. Eddie snaps on the left foot. Might bend it too far. And he has. It's going to be a minor score for the Belmont Lions. So that's 2-2-14 to 3-2-20 on the first quarter scoreboard.
Make sure you get the score right.
Comes out wide now.
Yeah, especially here.
Grozanowski gets punched over the boundary line, so we're going to have a ball in.
There's only one problem. We can't see the scoreboard to see what's wrong.
No, that's it. Surely we'll keep a track on that, though, Grub.
We don't want that happening again, ever.
So umpires now just bring the ball back in so where we can see it. That's all right. I can see it on the screen here. 2-1-13 to 2-3-2 at the present time. So the ball's thrown back in. Ball comes out the back. Mitchell coming through. Couldn't pick it up. Grundle got the handball out. Went to as far as Wilson. He's been tackled. Ball comes out in that. Picked up. Allett struggles through the contest and kicks the ball into their forward line. So some work needs to be done in the back line. Scoble it is. Picks the ball up. Wants to bring it back to where the ball came from. And Grundle takes a mark.
Good kick.
Just defensive side of centre wing. So Grundle now looking some options down the ground. He's got some short ones. He wants to go a little bit longer, going towards Snezkov, but going back. McNamara coming through was some nice play there, and that was by Pelham. Put his teammate under a little bit of pressure. He's been caught, and free kick is going to go to Snezkov. So now on the half, just a bit beyond half forward line, wants to load up and go long into their forward line. Bacon's going to be the target. Slorak with him, brings the ball to ground. Mitchell's there, goes back into the hands of Slorak, got the handball outside to McNamara, looked inside, put his teammate Nevins under a bit of pressure, got the handball wide though. Mitchell's back on the defensive line now. Outside he goes to Wilson. Wilson further afield. They're giving the ball. Vermeulen into Wilson again over the top. And Evans, he's working a long way up the ground, the big fella today. And he's kicked the ball from Wilson, goes back into their half-forward line. They've maintained possession of it. Mitchell just tapped it, kept the ball alive. Umpire said there was a high tackle there. I don't think there was any deliberate action in that.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It was a free kick, but I'm just saying it wasn't deliberate to...
No malice.
No.
Doesn't matter. You choose to bump and hit the head, anything can happen.
So the ball's going back, and it's going to be handed over. Who's got the free kick there? Summers, is it? Riley Summers, don't know much about him, so not too sure whether he's got the distance in him. He's looking to pass the ball off, so I'm suggesting no. Ball goes out towards McPherson. Ball goes over the top and out of bounds and will be thrown in about 10 metres around from the behind post. So as we tick over 16, almost 17 minutes, it is Belmont Lions 2-1. They trail Inverleigh on 3-2.
That kid's got a couple of kicks in the back line, that Scoble. He's the fellow that came in for Mason Dixon.
So ball back in now, only 20 metres out from the goal of Belmont. Tackled instantly was Evans. We'll have another stoppage.
That's all right for Evans to work up the ground, but they still need other blokes to kick goals, which I thought they did wrong last time.
Evans looking a little bit tired early on, gets tackled, and there's going to have another stoppage here. Oh, it's going to be high tackles. It's going to go the way of Inverleigh. It's going to Muir. He has the ball in the back 50 now for Inverleigh. He looks up and assesses his options. It's going to come to the far side, more central of the ground. Wilson did well to make a contest, coming across. And now Inverleigh just move the ball forward, though. Well set is Belmont. They can gather the ball. They can now through the middle. I think it was Wood who had the ball, and then they try and go inside 50, although the mark was dropped by the Inverleigh defender inside Belmont's forward 50. Handball back now to Muir. Is involved again now in the centre of the ground. Another
clanger. It's a terrible kick.
Disposal at the moment isn't the best from either team, so it ends up with Lindsay. Lindsay's going to go out wide to Wilson. He's had a bit of the ball early. He dashes and goes inside 50, looking for Evans, and he nearly takes a one-handed special, although it ends up going over the boundary line, so he'll have a stoppage 40 metres out from Belmont's goal.
He did all the hard work and brought it in and then spilled it.
He used his body well on that occasion. So, ball back in now. Ruffman tussle for front position. Wilson gets it down. It was well roved on that occasion by Muir. He tried to get it in the path of Snezkov. They couldn't win it right. Now Snezkov's hurt. He's got some trouble, though, and he gets wrapped up. Umpire says play on. So Belmont win the ball out. Might come out to Wilson. It does eventually. He kicks it inside the forward 50. It's a bit of a grubber. Inverleigh are well set. Now can they use a disposal better? No, they can't. Nearly take it over. Lucky it was clean hands by Muir. Comes out wide. The player fresh off the bench might get this ball for, it was Allen. for Belmont. He's going to mop up and kick around the corner. It's a good kick to Deister. So Deister, handball wide now. Try to kick and find the target. Evans coming across as a good interceptive mark for Inverleigh.
Should have went to him first.
So they're going to go back. Oh, no! It's another clanger of a kick trying to go across goal, and it's landed in the lap of Evans. Ben Evans on this occasion, so he'll have a shot from no more than 10 metres out directly in front. And you think he's going to kick Belmont's second goal. And he doesn't. He's missed. So it's a comical of errors here. So 2-2-14 to 3-2-20. We've had 20 minutes gone in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckers Entertainment.
Ball from the back line. Filer brings the ball out. Meehan taking the ball just inside defensive 50. Goes further down the field now towards centre wing. Options out the back. Ball doesn't get through to the back of the contest. It's intercepted there and went towards Murdoch. It has to go after it now. Ball. How will the umpire see that? Inverleigh player did jump on top of the ball, but quickly was tackled.
Tell you what, I know footy's changed, but to be two old blokes sitting here in a box saying, don't go across goals, Smithy.
Yeah, no. Not to a dangerous position like that, Grub. Got to take the ball a bit wider. So Belmont Lions from the outlet now brings the ball out, kick forward into the hands of Mitchell. So he's just outside 50, plays on now. We'll look at goal here. Loads up, goes long, has got the distance, but not the accuracy. Actually, the ball bounced back in. Actually, it's going to go through.
It's a leg break.
It nearly bounced through from the points, and it's gone through for a rush behind. So the Belmont Lions now to 2-3. Inverleigh on 3-2. And we've gone, I can't see that clock, it's 21 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter.
There's only two blokes I know of can spin the ball back like that, Shane Warne and myself.
So Inverleigh now to return the ball. It's been a bunch of errors here in a row. He needs some good play from the team, and Meehan takes a strong contested mark. So that will get him past the halfway point, you'd think. He's going to take his time. Might just go short. He does, although it's not 15, so he's going to have to give it back to him. It was good hands on that occasion by Love. Then he goes in the middle. It's turned over now. Coming back the other way for Belmont. Here goes Sheriff. He's going to move the ball forward, although it's straight out of bounds on the full, is it? Or is it stayed in?
Just inside.
No, it's just inside. So I have a stoppage 50 metres out from the Belmont goal.
Because I don't mind those low passes if they're accurate, but you can't put it at a big bloke like Wilson's feet. You got it with a bloke like 6'4" or 5. You got to put it up on his chest.
So ball back in now, 50 metres out from the Belmont goal. Evans versus Wilson. Wilson won the tap out of though. Evans runs through, kicks, he bends it back, he kicks the goal.
That's a great goal.
Good turn of the air, and that's a second goal. That's a third goal of the day for Belmont. They're now 3-3-21 to 3-2-20.
A wonderful goal. Actually, could be a contender for the Kempy Engineering Read the Play goal of the day. What's he looking at me like for?
I don't know.
You said Kempy Engineering goal of the day.
Right.
Kempy Engineering play of the day.
No, I changed it.
Oh,
I changed it. The only one that stays the same is Routley's.
gotcha.
Routley's. Big man fly.
That's why.
Right, things are eating themselves up here now. Ball back in the middle. Again, Dell doing the ruck work. Wilson just palms it down to Love, taken without ball, and he will be rewarded with a free kick in the middle of the ground. Jared Love, bring the ball forward for Inverleigh, looks up, goes towards Grundle, hands up, and he takes the mark.
Be careful, you'll get 50, son. Don't touch him.
He's looking to handball the ball off here. Bacon round the back. Take it upon yourself, Dolt. Go back, kick the goal. So he's going to need to kick this from just outside the 50-metre line.
As you've said before.
About 40.
Yes.
So Grundle now steps up to the plate, kicks long. It's going to have the distance, will it? No, not quite. Ball's going to land just inside the field of play. Taken out of there. Lewis has it. He was dispossessed of the ball. Belmont trying to force the ball through for a behind, but it's been held up. Umpire will come in. So right beside the behind post here.
It's a bit deceiving. You're outside the 50, so you think you've actually got it roosted. He kicked it too high.
He's gone down to do the ruck work now. Dell's also down there. Tried to fall back towards the boundary line. Love puts it back inside. Dell took the handball, gave it away towards McNamara. He was tackled, and he has been brought to ground. Umpire will come in again. This time, ball just that little further out from the goals, only about 10 metres. Got a number of players around the contest, so some nice clean work will be required here. Ruck contest again. Grundle takes it out of the contest. Then to umpire, I'm not really sure he got rid of it that correctly, but umpire said he put it down, and free kick is going to go to the defence of Belmont Lions. So they work now from the back pocket. They kick the ball around the boundary line. Don't think that kick's real good either. The ball's gone out of bounds. So Jarvis Miles is going to have a free kick and kick the ball back into their forward line.
50 games today. Well done, son.
Good on you, Jack. He would have played in every one of them, and I mean played in them because he's earned his keep out there. Ball on the ground level now, picked up by Murdoch. Actually didn't take the ball cleanly, so it's been kept alive. It's about 30 metres out from goal, and Jared Love has emerged with it, but he's going to hand it straight back to the umpire. So again, ruck contest down there. Grundle and Dell doing the work down there. Ruck contest, ball comes out. Tried to be kept alive out there, and that was Reed. Again, umpire can't see or won't see the ball coming out, so he's called for it back. So a lot of play around this area in the last minute or so. They both ruckman at it again. Grundle takes the ball out of the contest, kicks back, goes towards the boundary line. Wilson takes the mark. Umpire said play on, hasn't travelled the right distance. He goes back towards centre wing. Stoney sits out the back, went through his hands, picked up by Wilson, got the handball back inside to Grozanowski, went sideways into the hands of McIntosh, boots the ball into the forward line quickly. Ball hits the ground, Reed's there. He doesn't take possession of it.
Tunnelling. Looks like I think he's paid it for tunnelling.
He jumped into him.
Yeah, he jumped over the top of him.
Don't think he got that right, but I see, some of these young blokes, they get under pressure and they fumble a little bit. Grozanowski's been around for a while. He had 3 blokes get him, a cool handball to a teammate in a good position.
So Jaden Reed, I would think, was in range here. He's kicked from the other side of the ground, made the distance. He has one for the afternoon so far, a chance to lay his second. Steps inside 50. Kick didn't even look like going through to the goals. Mark not taken down in the goal square. Kept alive. Mitchell runs out of the contest. He was tackled. And umpire says he has put the ball down.
Just reckon they missed the free kick down the goal square. I think the Inverleigh bloke just hit about a mile too early. But see, that was holding the ball. He tried his hardest. And is there prior? Well, I think he's run a few steps, so I guess he had it, yeah.
That should have been 50 because he's thrown the ball about 2 metres over his head.
Gee.
But the umpire said no. Anyway, Lewis now with an opportunity to go back and look at his first goal this afternoon.
I've seen this bloke before.
Yeah, he played the last one we were at Inverleigh against Anarchy. Yes.
Can he kick?
I'm not too sure. I'll tell you in a minute, Grub.
Yeah, I can tell you too in a minute.
So he's about 20 metres out. He's directly in front of goal. Looked okay off the boot, and he likes it. Umpire also agrees. His first of the afternoon, the 4th for Inverleigh. They move to 4-2. They lead the Belmont Lions on 3-3. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
They needed that. They got a bit of a lead. Before he bounced it, I do want to send a cheerio to one of the great men of GDFL football for many, many, many years, in the great John Pope. I reckon he'd be listening somewhere, whether it be in hospital or whether it be at home. Johnny, I hope the Belmont Lions get up forward just for you to make you feel a hell of a lot better. And I hope you come a good mate, and you can give me some eggs. Good on you, Popey. You're a champion, son.
Just a score from around the grounds. Winchelsea 39, Thompson 14.
Back in the middle now and taken away from... There's going to be advantage it is. So now they're going to run inside 50 and they're going to kick the goal. No, they're going to bring it back and it was going through. So one umpire called advantage.
I think the other umpire...
And Allen was going to run away. So...
He must have paid it. He has to have paid it the other way.
No, he did. He brought it back.
Well, then why? Why can't... If one umpire says advantage and the trailing umpire says no...
Which... No idea.
Umpire in control paid advantage and the trailing umpire from 35 metres said no advantage. Not sure. I'll ring Keats during the week, but I'm not sure he can do that.
I think the shot was missing from Allen anyway, so they're probably happy to have this ball back in the hands of Summers. So Summers is going to go not the best kick. It looks in the path. Evans made a good contest, then coming through now it's Allen again. He's in the boundary, tied up against it and kicks it straight into the path of Stoney. So he's going to take the mark for Inverleigh. They're going to be careful going across goal here. Already made one blue doing that. So Lewis now has the ball. Lewis in the back, 54 Inverleigh. He's going to go to the far side and the wing. Over the top might fly. His Grundle. He tries to. Couldn't quite gather the ball. Now in the path of Muir if he can gather it. No, it's one back on that occasion by Evans and then handball out wide. They're going to go inside 50 here and the kick is good. Oh no, Wood dropped the mark, although he gets it back now. Handball up. They've got numbers here. They can get it through. Kicked by Murdoch. It's an up and under kick. Can Evans get on the end of it? No, the ball's going to come to ground. Allen this time might kick the goal.
Free kick.
No, he did kick the goal, but the free kick's going to come back the way of Inverleigh. So it might have been a hold, was it, Grub?
I didn't see the free
I
kick.
think it was a
just
push.
turned the whistle, mate.
So Filet has the ball. Going to go on the path of Meehan. Meehan's going to fly over the top, goes through his hands, comes to ground. Summers has the ball, and then the umpire says, give it to me. So stoppage, centre wing. So we've had nearly 30 minutes gone in this quarter. The goals kick, so it won't be a long one. Wilson out now, gets the kick forward. Probably the last opportunity for every team to kick a goal now. Good tackle laid by Allen. We'll have another stoppage just forward of the 50 for Belmont. Again now, Wood in the ruck for Belmont. Tries to get it down, winning the ball and just getting out of the path of Love. So we'll have a stoppage. So we've gone 30 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
Should work that advantage one. Didn't look wrong, because I reckon he paid advantage very late after everyone stopped.
Yep.
But I still don't know whether the trailing umpire could overrule that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, Grub. So ball's been thrown back in, and the ball in the half-forward line is going to be picked up, cleared away there, and that was Love to put the ball back towards centre wing, but going across, Dell comes across and takes the mark. He wants to go. He's been called to play on now by the umpire. Long or left foot goes back into their forward line. Evans comes out and he takes the mark. So he's got an opportunity here late in this first quarter.
He's causing a bit of trouble down there with his size, his bulk. He's got to kick a couple now, but he's causing a bit of trouble, the big fella.
He missed that first one, which you'd normally put down as a goal for him, but he's got an opportunity to change things here.
Well, it doesn't change anything. The other point still stands.
That's it. But I'm saying his scorecard will look a little bit different if he kicks straight.
And he
I think he got a fair bit of dirt there. He
What
actually,
happened then?
I think he kicked the ground. And the ball's been marked right on the line, so it's going to be Maher, I think, from the full-back line. Plays on, couple of bounces, runs around the boundary line. Now kicks back towards centre wing. Out there, Mark not taken. Ball comes to ground. And I think it was Mitchell in the right spot out there. Got the handball up over the top. Put his teammate under a little bit of pressure. Actually released the ball out the wrong way this time. Went to the hands of Cations. As the siren sounds to end the first quarter here at the Lions ground, and it's going to be Belmont Lions going in at 3-3. They trail Inverleigh on 4-2. Goal kickers to this stage: McPherson, Brockett, and Evans. Jack Evans, goal kickers for Belmont. In for Inverleigh, Viney, Reid, Snezhkov, and Lewis are the goal kickers. Take a short break. Come back. Scores from around the ground. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. currently lead the Giants on 15. Werribee Central and Cry. We haven't got a score from that game. Bannockburn 32 currently lead Anarchy on 26. East Geelong 29 lead Bellpost Hill 12, and Winchelsea 39 having kicked 6 goals 3 lead Thompson 2 goals 2. Grub, this game here is seesawing a bit, and both sides have had control at different stages. How do you think it's going to progress from here?
I really don't know, because both sides... Actually, this is one of the more entertaining games I've seen. You got a little bit of inside footy, but it just seems to me that both sides want to get on the outside. Both sides are going to play better on the outside. Early in the quarter, Inverleigh got it on the outside and really they destroyed them. But then on the other side of the ground and through the middle, Belmont got it running, and they played really good football as well. It was a really good game of football, and hopefully that continues. But as I said, Inverleigh got away to a good lead early, and Belmont pegged it back, and with a little bit of not so straight kicking from in close, could possibly have been in front. I'll say it again, the wind's not doing much, so we're going to have a pretty even contest all round. What I will say is, I remember now this Arctic Park, the winter resort, Smithy. The winter resort. How could I not think of that? What a deal. Unbelievable. That's the great Dick Philpott brought that up. But, look, Evans is a bit of a worry from down there. His strength, he's got to kick goals though. His strength, and he, as you said, he's off the mark pace, is causing the Inverleigh defence a little bit of trouble. But on the other hand, Belmont have got a man up in the centre, at the centre bounces and around the ground, because the actual tap outs from Wilson have been superb. He's only had a couple of touches around the ground yet. He needs to get a bit more than that. But in the middle, this kid can't go with him. So what Belmont have to do is man up to try and counteract the taps, because I reckon at least 4 or 5 times he's tapped it straight to an Inverleigh bloke, and he's given them first use of the footy, which means Belmont have got to kick their goals from across half-back flank if they can take the ball off them. So they need to get it out of the centre, and the only way to do that is to man up all Inverleigh's on-ballers in there and try and get the ball, because the big fella Wilson is just too good for this kid at the moment. Look, I don't know how the game's going to progress, because it's such a good game of footy that either side can break away. But hopefully the game will progress exactly like it's happened in that quarter, and one side looks really good, the other side really good. If that happens, we're in for a really entertaining game of footy.
Needs to continue to roll that way. As I said, the defences are going to have to be strong, and I suppose when you take opportunities here at the ground, like you'd never see Evans miss a goal like that, like the kick across the face of goal. He takes the mark and turn around, and that was just lack of care, maybe. I'm not too sure, but the one out here, he definitely got a bit of the turf. I think that's why he didn't get the distance. So needs to straighten up on that and get himself back on track.
Charm, Smithy. So hopefully he learns from his mistakes previously. But I think it's the oldest rule in the book, but I think whoever does the basics better. I thought the first quarter was very sloppy. I don't know if that's because of the pressure, but a lot of kicks missed, a lot of targets missed, handballs, a lot of fumbling. So I think whichever team looks cleaner and can fix up just their basic skills will run away in this second quarter.
So we're just about, not too far away from starting here the second quarter. Just spectators just leaving the ground from the huddles. And umpires are already in the middle, ready to start the game.
Now, apparently they can't send anything to Alan Moore, apparently. No sending to Alan Moore. So Werribee are trying to send their scores through, but they're not coming through.
Maybe they can send them straight to you, Grub.
Well, that's what I've asked, haven't I?
Oh, that's good. You're thinking about a bit ahead of me then. That'll be good if we can get a score through from there. It's the only one we don't have this afternoon. As I said, probably not a real game of relevance in relation to where we want to see the final 5 sit, but other games are on the way and some results out there which...
It's not relevance to the finals of the competition, but for the Corio people and the Werribee people who can't be at the game, it's pretty bloody relevant to them.
But that's what I'm saying. If we get it through here, at least we can put it through to them. So that'll be the good thing. Umpire has raised the ball. Start of the second quarter. Dell back in there. Wilson up over the top. Went through the back of the contest. Again, going after it. Evans picks the ball up. Got the handball back inside. There's a free kick being given. And it's been awarded to Grundle. I'm not too sure what the free kick was for, but he passes the ball quickly, goes outside in space by himself is Reed. So he's now on the half-forward line, got options coming out in, goes to the pocket. Snezhkov out in front, and he takes a good mark. Didn't have to change stride there. Nice kick from Jaden Reed.
It's better than that. It's one of the better kicks you'll see in GDFL footy. It is a beautiful, beautiful kick. And when I said Evans was causing a bit of trouble down there, Reed's causing a bit of trouble here for Inverleigh as well.
Yep, good across that forward line. Snezhkov, an opportunity here for his second this afternoon. Got one in the first. And comes in, kicks that goal. And again, I think he liked it. No, just offline this time.
He tried to sell that one.
Yeah, through for a minor score. 4-3 now Inverleigh. 3-3 to the Belmont Lions. And that was happening all in the first minute of play. Mitchell's gone back to do the kicking in duties from full back. He's going to opt to go to the clubroom side of the ground. He's not too sure. He stops and props and now goes long. That ball now is out towards centre wing. Out the back, the mark has been taken. Might be Warren out there. He plays on, transfers play back inside into the hands of Love. Handball back outside, so they run the ball now to the half-forward line, load up, kick long at goal. Does it have the distance? Yes, it does. And that heads straight through, and I think that might be Warren that's kicked that goal. I just can't be sure, but the Inverleigh now have their fifth, and they move to 5-3. Belmont are 3-3, and Elders Insurance in second quarter, we have gone only 2 minutes.
Well, they've actually started the second quarter the way they did the first, all over Belmont, had it in their forward line. Belmont haven't had it up theirs. They've been able to kick an early goal. So you asked before how it was going to progress. Well, it's progressing pretty much the same as it did in the first quarter, Smithy.
Was it Warren?
Ma.
Dan Ma, was it?
Full back. So the ball's back up now. Wilson wins the tap and then it gets punched forward by the midfielders, and then a little chip kick forward it was on that occasion. Might have been Scoble. Gets it down into their forward 50 now. Big fist coming over the top now. Might have been McNamara, and then tap towards the boundary line. It's going to go through for a minor score.
How's your leg? You going over for afternoon tea today, Dale?
No, I reckon I might just wait, Grub.
So they're going to go short to the pocket here, and Eddie goes out wide now, punch over the top. It's a good mark. Can't quite see in that pocket, can we? Good mark taken now, and he's got
Vermeulen,
the ball.
maybe. Might be Vermeulen.
And it's going to go
Oh, no, it's not. It's
back in wide now. Sells his
Pelham.
teammate into a little bit of trouble, and now Wilson leads up at the ball and takes the mark. Wants to give the hands off.
You
Now
have
he's
to
going
go
have
back
to
and kick it, son.
So he's going to go through the middle. Loves to have a dash, this kid, and gets back. Might get the 1-2. He always goes for it. Now they've got Allen out wide if he wants him. He's not going to go for him. They've sold themselves into a little bit of trouble here. Chip kick over the top. It's not the best. And the Inverleigh player went the fist in Grundle. He probably could have taken the mark, but he sees the ball over the boundary line, so he'll have a stoppage just in front of us in the broadcast position.
Not really sure why they mucked around with it there. You get it from there, you kick it long, get it into your forward line.
Probably comes back to Wilson. Should have got it in the boot earlier. So the ball comes back in. Two Ruckman and Dell and Wilson go at it. Coming through, beautiful turn by Love. He went back into trouble though. Wilson wins the ball and then kicks it into the path of Allett. Allett can't take the mark. Then they might see the ball over the boundary line. They do. So another ball in just in front of us in the broadcast position.
We keep you on the ball, boys, at all times.
Ruckman tassel now. It is Dell and Wilson. Al won it out now. Coming through, although it was a good kick forward on that occasion by Haberfield. Tries to get through. The fist coming over the top was from Pelham. And now Belmont are going to win the ball. Tied up against the boundary line. Murdoch came the other way.
he
It
hasn't
was
got
him
it.
versus Love. So it's going to be the free kick's going to go to Murdoch. He had a good first quarter. So they go inboard. Good kick. He finds Eddie. Eddie's going to go back in wide now, or sorry, centre to Slorak, and they're going to go the full switch to the ground. They find a target here. This is the important kick inside the forward 50, just on the 50 line.
Oh,
It's
it's a
good.
beauty,
But
too.
go on with it. And they find a target inside the forward 50. It's not a great kick, although Inverleigh still have to defend gallantly. McPherson trying to run this player down, although it was well defended by Grundle. He comes out over the top. The pack was crashed, and it might end up over the boundary line. It does. So great work from Dalton Grundle there to defend everything. Otherwise, it was a certain goal to Belmont.
Well, it was a terrible, terrible kick. It was a beautiful kick to him. He didn't quite use the ball well enough.
Far side, probably 60 metres out from Belmont's goal. Ball back in now. Wilson just beat his opponent, Dell, to the stoppage, and then there's a tackle straight away, and the umpire says holding the ball. So he must have Pryor. It's going to come. They're going to try and go through the middle and then centre the kick up. It's in the path of Alec. Can he get there? Wood now. Snap. Nearly uncontested. And he kicked the goal.
Oh,
It hits the post. So 3-4-22 to 5-4-34. We've had 5.5 minutes gone in this second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
Do you see the holding the ball, was he?
No.
No? I'm only asking because I left me good glasses home and I can't quite see that.
Pilot now kicking in from fullback, plays on, goes long, right into the middle of the ground. First kick, ball spoiled out the back. Going onto it now, Eddie. Got a little bit of time. Thought he was going to handball then. I thought he actually released
I thought he did.
So he got it back and he found Allett out here on the half-back line, or half-forward line, I should say. He goes to the centre-forward position. Contest made out there. Ball comes to ground, picked up by Wood, in towards Evans. Evans kicks smothered by Grozdanovsky. B goes back after the ball. Now he's under pressure because he's dived on top of it. Umpire said no Pryor there.
I think he dived on top of it when the ball was still in mid-air. They let him away with that. He wasn't on the ground.
So the ball now thrown back up, and again Wood and also Wilson. Ball comes out, goes towards Reed, taken by Murdoch. He's tackled. Strong tackle. Ball not coming out of that one, definitely, and no prior opportunity there. Umpire, correct call. Well, he will get it back again, centre half forward position for the Belmont Lions. It's thrown up. Wilson out the top, well read off the contest, and that was nicely done. Sold himself into trouble. This time he's in trouble. And that was Summers. Grundle gets the ball, kicks out wide, has Peel. Far side of the ground on the half-back line, back inside towards Love. Kick was also good. Don't think they gained much ground here, but now they transfer play, come across the ground towards Filet. He's got a little short option again. Grundle's there. Handball over the top to McIntosh if he can see him. Does so. Reed's also on the overlap. Gets out of trouble now. McIntosh kicks smothered. Ball comes back. Wilson picks the ball up. They win possession back. Allett. Just a little blind turn there. Did that nicely. Chips the ball into the forward line. Mark not taken. Front of the contest. Peel. Handballs outside to Wilson. Wilson on the right boot. Looks up quickly. That's a nice looking kick. Mark had to be taken and was. Good work there. I think that's Viney that's taken the mark. Inside 50. And that was good from Wilson. Off one step, turned, bang, straight onto the chest.
It didn't look like he looked. It looked like he thought, I know where he's going to go. I'm going to put it out in front of him. And it makes it so difficult to try and spoil where the ball landed there. It was just a great kick by a big man.
Yep.
But a great kick, yeah.
Not a ruckman's prowess, that sort of kick, but
no.
Hit the target nicely. So here he is. Josh Viney has one for the afternoon and lining up for his second. Looks okay off the boot. Is drifting across. Has it held its line? No, it hasn't. Through for a minor score. So Inverleigh now to 5-5, leading the Belmont Lions on a 3-4. Elders Insurance second quarter. We've gone 8 minutes.
Short now out wide and found his teammate in McNamara, and then they're going to move the ball quickly into the centre of the ground now. It was good body work by the Belmont player in Vermeulen, although he couldn't quite get the ball out now. Trying to strap the ball with Stapleton. Now Inverleigh do win the ball. It's a good tackle on that occasion by Mitchell, although they come inside forward 50 here. Here they go, Inverleigh. Good mark. No, just tapped out of the hands now. Still an opportunity for Inverleigh. How's the umpire going to say this one? He's going to say no prior opportunity. So they'll have a stoppage 50 metres out from the Inverleigh goal. Up again now. It's going to be Wilson. He just grabs the ball out of the ruck. That was too easy. Comes back now to Meehan. Can he find a target inside forward 50? Coming back the other way. The mark wasn't taken on that occasion by Grundle. And then the ball's trapped under there. So over stoppage 30 metres out from Inverleigh's goal. So back up again now. Wilson tries to take it out of the ruck again. Ball hits the deck and then coming through quick hands it was. Allett's involved and then the tap up in the air. It was by Pelham and then sails his teammate into a little bit of trouble and the ball's stuck under there. So have another stoppage 65 metres out from Belmont's goal.
All of a sudden, Inverleigh are playing a little bit better footy than Belmont at the minute.
Wilson over the top now. Tries to get it out. Here's Allett. Can he sails himself out, got the handball, so another stoppage now, just on the 50 line from Inverleigh's goal. Wilson seems to be on top of the ruck as well.
Seems to be.
So Wilson wins that tap again. Handball out now. They win the clearance, though, Belmont. Handball back now. Brockett was involved, and then there's Murdoch. He can gather the ball. It might beat him to the boundary line. It does. So have a stoppage just in front of the interchange bench. So he's doing all right in the ruck contest, Dal. He's just around the ground, Wilson, and he's starting to get on top in the ruck battle as well.
What? It's getting killed, mate.
Comes back in now. Handball. Here go Belmont inside the forward 50. 2-on-1. Wood has to do it all. It's a 3-on-2. They should win this Inverleigh, although it was a good contest given out by Brockett. And they get the ball out wide. It was a good tap. Here's an opportunity from Stapleton. He has a shot. Just kicks to the near side. So 3-5-23 to 5-4-34. We've gone 10.5 minutes in this second quarter. Brought to you by Wales Insurance.
Ball's just cleared the net here, so we're just waiting for it to come back. And it looks like it's coming back now. Five just collecting the ball.
Good boy. See that kid that picked it up?
Yep.
What did he do?
Handball.
Handballed it. Doesn't throw it. Good boy.
So Violet now will takes a little bit of ground now, runs outside, kicks long, back into the middle of the ground. He goes again. Ball spoiled from behind, comes to the front, picked up by Muir. Got himself out of trouble. Tried to kick round the body. Did it have the effect? It will be okay because Reed's run onto it. Got the handball inside to Haberfield. Short chip forward, has Peel out in space by himself. He's looking at the option. Goes long. That's not a bad way to kick, and that is a tremendous kick. Straight into the hands of Bacon going back towards goal. And he can go back and look at his first goal this afternoon.
Short or long?
I prefer the short. But it's all yum, yum, yum. So Bacon now 20 metres out directly in front, has been a goal kicker, and that hasn't changed. He has got his first of the afternoon. Inverleigh moved to 6-5 now. They lead Belmont Lions on 3-5, and we have gone 12 minutes. Elders Insurance second quarter.
They're starting to do what Belmont was doing to them in the second half of the first quarter. They're getting the ball out wide, but I tell you what, the thing that's given the lead to Inverleigh is they're kicking into the forward line. There's probably 2 or 3 goals come from beautiful kicks that the Belmont defence don't stop. Maybe it's pressure coming up the field, or maybe it's just really, really great kicking by the Inverleigh side.
So Wilson and Dell now at it. Meehan wins that one out of the middle now. Can he find a target inside the forward 50? Beautifully cut off by the defender from Belmont. Now they're going to go quickly into the middle. Murdoch has it now. Can he find a target? He can. It wasn't the best kick, but Allen has the ball. Handball on now. It's good movement from full back now. And the umpire, good decision from the boundary umpire, says it's gone over. So they'll have a stoppage 50 metres out from Belmont's goal.
Again, they've come into the forward line with an ordinary kick. And Inverleigh are going in with beautiful kicks. That's the difference.
So ball now on the half-forward line out in front of the clubroom side. Thrown back in again, this time Wilson. It's actually Wood. It gets the ball down. Grundle through the contest. Kicks the ball back towards centre wing. Snezkov comes up. Again, I'm not too sure we didn't try and mark that, but it doesn't matter. The ball's gone over the boundary line. They hold possession, I suppose. And it's going to be a ball in which will take place far side of the ground. So Wilson pushing up to do the work out there. Jake Wood just gone in to do some work. Ball back to the front of the contest. Further afield there by Muir into the hands of Eddie. Got the handball outside. This might be, not too sure that was it. Wasn't Sheriff, I don't think. But the ball's gone back towards their half-forward line. Evans head over the contest as he does all the time. Little kick around. Wasn't great, but it went towards Stapleton, but couldn't keep it in the field of play. And again, we have another throw-in on the far side. So Belmont Lions with some work to do. Ball is thrown in. Wilson front position. Ball gets out the back. Love takes it. Tried to feed the handball out. Umpire, what's he indicated here? A throw, he said. So the ball is going to be back into the hands of Wood. So again, an opportunity here for Belmont to go into their forward line. Kick to a packet congestion. That's McPherson in front. I thought he had a fair whack at that.
I think the other bloke marked it. And 50.
Okay, Dan Groz. So it's going to be 50 metres. And that will bring him to the middle of the ground at least, and that's where it's going to be. A little chip sideways is okay. Wilson takes the mark right in the middle of the ground. So he's now got short options further afield. Miles takes the mark. So he's now got the options to go short or long, and he's going to go long. Looking for Snezhkov. He's up. Oh, I tell you what, he had the first grab at it. Couldn't get the second. Belmont come through and take possession of it. Tackled quickly, and umpire's going to come in about 15 out from goal. Inverleigh's attacking end. Ball will take place.
I reckon if he comes over from the back there, you're right, Smitty. Come from the side.
So running through, Snezhkov tried to pick it up,
There
picked up off the ground and kicked a goal. And Inverleigh now have their 7th. They moved to 7 goals 5. And it's going to be 3 goals 5 to the Belmont Lions. We have ticked on 15 and a half minutes. Elders Insurance second quarter.
Look, I know I said it before about in the old days and stuff, but there's one thing that shouldn't change. If there's a stoppage 10, 12 metres out from goal, you have to man up. And there was 2 Inverleigh players in that could have kicked that goal. Don't worry about the ruck, especially when they're getting dominated in the ruck. Man up and don't leave a bloke sitting there like that. That was poor defence. Good play by Inverleigh, but poor defence.
So we've got Wood in the ruck now against Wilson. Good contest, though. Meehan wins it out. So they win the clearance here. It was Muir who got it out. And then nearly roved on that occasion by Reid, although the ball ends up over the boundary line. There's a player down. It is Jaden Reid. Hopefully he's all right.
She's okay.
So stoppage 55 metres out from Inverleigh's goal here. Meehan in the middle seems to be working well as well, bro.
Well, he's getting an armchair ride, Archie. That's the problem there. You've got to man him up.
So Wilson and Wood. Wilson wins the tap again. It comes into the path of Lindsay, although he's tackled instantaneously. So we'll have another stoppage. All up again now. Wilson and Wood. Wilson wins again. In the middle, there is Murdoch, and they might get the handball out, trying to get it to Lewis. Couldn't quite, and then the shot was wide.
Won't say the name of the player.
Yeah. Out of bounds on the full. It was Cation.
He doesn't kick like a Cation. Come on, son.
So out of bounds on the full now.
Should have been a goal.
A bit of a shank. So Belmont tucked up right against the pocket here. Looks like they're going to go to the big pack out in the centre wing. So who's going to fly for him? It's going to be a big punch over the top by Poodle Wilson, and the ball's going to end up over the boundary line. Centre wing just in front of the interchange bench there. We'll have a throw in.
Plenty of rotation is happening at the present time.
Meehan comes off for a much deserved rest there. He's been awesome in the midfield. Here we go. Nearly won that one was Wood, although the ball comes back in. They've found a free kick. It's going to be a push. Going to go the way of Belmont in Mitchell. So Mitchell has the ball. He's going to come off. He's got blood, so going to wait for he can get interchanged. He's going to wait for him to come off. Is that right, Rob?
Yeah.
So he's got a bit of blood coming from the mouth there. So now Belmont with the ball, just centre wing. Might send this in the path of Wood. They are. So he's going to be about 4. He jumps over the top. And there's a tackle there, so there'll be a stoppage, but nearly had a big fly and nearly brought it down was Jake Wood. So stoppage 55 out now from their goal. Come on. Back in the middle now, tries to palm it down. Here's McPherson. Haven't called his name too many times today. In and under is Evans, trying to trap the ball, and the umpire says no prior opportunity. Sting's just gone out of this game for the time being. Get it down, Wood was, and try to get it in the path of his teammate McNamara, and he gets jumped on. So we'll have another stoppage just in front of us in the commentary position. Up here, Wood versus Wilson. Wilson just grabs it. Starting to ruck on his own terms now. Comes in the path, just bounces out from Cations. And then Wilson coming through, although there's a free kick picked out. I think it's going to go the way of Inverleigh, although there is a Belmont player that's down. It looks like McPherson. So hopefully he's all right, but it's a free kick going to Dalton Grundle. So Grundle is going to go just down the line to the top of the 50. Big fly, gets over the top, and no, a good mark taken by Pelham. So Pelham has the ball for Belmont now in the defensive 50. He looks up, not much too much, just down the line football at the moment. He does see Summers, and he takes a good mark. So Summers pushes back quickly, might look centrally, does, has Allett leading up. Allett takes the mark. So watch for Wilson
Good
for the
mark.
handball here. Allen's going to move it along quickly. Here's some better ball movement from Belmont. Now they find a free man. Here's McPherson. He seems to be recovered all right. Kicks from 50.
Missed it.
Just to the near side as a minor score. Much better play from Belmont on that occasion, though.
Yeah, Vermeulen with a bit of experience in the middle.
Yeah, got things playing there. So ball now back with Violet, fullback kicking out. Going to take some ground. He goes out to the far side of the ground this time. Goes out looking towards Viney. Ball not was spoiled. Comes back inside. Picked up. Head back towards goal. The kick is offline once again. And that was Evans again this time. And they move now to 3-7. They say bad kicking is not good footy, Grub. They
right.
have got 3-7. They nearly had the same amount of shots. Inverleigh on 7-5. We've gone just over 20 minutes. Jack Violet again. Good options here as he's been kicking the ball out long, so it's taking every bit to come back. Mark not taken out again. This time, ball goes through the contest. Picked up, into the hands of Eddie. Quick hands through the contest, ends up with Muir, and he runs over the boundary line, and we will have a throw-in which will take place.
North by 7 points over West. Haven't got a worry score. Anarchy by a point at Bannockburn. East Geelong by 4 points up at the Hill. And 5 goals in front of Thompson O'Winch.
There you go. So ball now from that contest. Ball comes back to the front. Goes towards Reed. McNamara. Ball over the boundary line. A throw in this time. So some interesting results out there. Inverleigh with a 3 or 4 goal break here. So they're doing what they need to do. Dell back on the ground now doing the ruck work. Thrown in. Umpire, front position, ball gets out the back. That was a nice little tap through. Went to the hands of Summers. He couldn't pick it up cleanly. Alex got it. The handball's inside. McPherson, he's brought to ground. Picked up by Love. Handball's out the back. And again, Inverleigh kicked the ball forward. Went to Sheriff. Went over his head, though. Picked up now and cleared back into their forward line. Again, Mark not taken in the half forward line. There's an infringement there. And it's going to go to Warren. So Warren on the half-back line, decides to transfer play across the ground. Peel out in some space by himself. Good use of the ball. Chips up over the top. McIntosh ran to space. And he has now got the ball. Wants to go quickly along the boundary line. This time the kick based didn't hit the target this time. He's going to win the ball back, though. Picks the ball up, got the handball away. Teammates arrive, but the ball has been turned over. Belmont through Sheriff now on centre wing. Kicks the ball back into their forward line. Grundle across the front. Good hands, takes the mark. Plays on, goes to Violet back into centre half back. Ball gets beyond him. He's got support out there in Mar, so he'll take one bounce. He'll take a second bounce. He'll run and carry. Goes inside to Wilson. Put him under a bit of pressure. Numbers out there with Belmont. Wilson's been able to hold things up. He's did pretty nicely there. Hasn't given away a free kick. Umpire said, I'll have it back. Well played, Luke Wilson.
He actually could have got one. I think the first contact on him, he didn't have the footy.
Handball wasn't good coming to him, but the big fella made it okay. Equaled the contest. Ball from that contest is going to come out. And tackle has been laid. I'm not too sure about the prior opportunity there.
There was none there. There was no prior opportunity that time.
So it's going to go to Jared Love. And again, he's on centre wing. Mar on the run going past, but the ball will come out wide towards Miles. And he's taken the mark. Still on the half-back line. Closer towards centre wing. He plays on now, and he's going to go towards the centre half forward position. The kick. Mark not taken out there. Reed made the contest. Sheriff got the handball out to Dell. Dell needs to get the handball away. Did so. Handball went as far as McPherson. Clicked that. Picked it up nice and cleanly. Off the ball there to Evans. Evans, he was chased down from behind. Stoney came through. Back in the hands of Miles. He's tackled. Ball comes out in that. Mark picks the ball up. Pushed as he kicks the ball. Goes back towards centre wing. Again, ball runs towards the boundary line. There's a free kick being given, has there? And it's going to go Inverleigh's way, and it will be Cooper Sherrick. So Sherrick, attacking side of centre wing, he plays on now and goes into the half-forward line. That's a great kick. Lead-up player was Meehan. Meehan quickly on the left boot, goes out wide, looking towards Viney. Ball gets over the top. Slorak read that nicely. He picks the ball up. He takes a bounce, runs away from the contest now and kicks long into their forward line. Evans is there. Contest out the back. Well read, Jack Filer takes a mark, and he will settle things down for Inverleigh. Goes back towards centre wing with a kick now. Good distance on that. Now towards Viney. Made the contest. Ball over the boundary line. And we're going to have a throw in far side as we tick towards 25 minutes in this Elders Insurance second quarter. It is Belmont Lions 3-7. Inverleigh are 7-5.
Is that a Falcon over the boundary line, Grub? Was that a Falcon?
Oh, you reckon I can see that far? Glasses? Not a chance.
Good Falcon if it was one. So back in now, near centre wing. Comes through tap down. Wilson dominating the ruck at the moment. Good handball out, and they win the clearance. Go into the centre of the ground. It's anyone's ball here. Coming back the other way. They spoiled each other, the Belmont players. They do have the numbers, though, in Mitchell. He gets it, although now Inverleigh could be through. They can gather the ball. It's got to be... it was Haberfield. He gets wrapped up, and it's going to be a stoppage. 50 metres out from their goal.
Tell you what, some of these players, they just tread where angels fear to tread, don't they? They dive in, like someone's going to get hurt.
Here goes Wilson out. It was a good even up by Dell on that occasion, so we'll have another stoppage.
But it just shows you how much they want the footy. Like, they want to play finals. They believe they can play finals in the league.
Here goes Wilson versus Dell. Wilson gets the tap back, although it's going to go in the favour of Belmont. Good handball out from Stapleton, and then they move the ball forward. Both players holding each other. Good handball out by Vermeulen, and then a handball out to Allett, and then coming back through Stapleton again. Umpire says play on advantage, and then there's holding.
There's something happened back here.
Well, they've reversed it. So the umpire did call the free kick to Allett and then advantage, but then he might have given it back away.
It was after the play went on.
So it's been reversed, which is going to hurt Belmont. They had a good opportunity looking at goal there. It's going to go to Mar. So Mar's going to take his time. We do have 26 minutes gone. It's not going to be an extra long quarter either. Comes down the line into the path. Good mark taken out wide. Don't want to give away 50 there. Got to be careful. It's going to be Grundle taking the mark. 50 metres out from goal now. Grundle arches his back. Kicks to the top of the square. Can someone jump over the top and take a mark? They can't quite. Ball hits the deck now. And it's going to be wrapped up. So over stoppage. No more than 5 metres out from the Inverleigh goal. We've had 26 and a half minutes gone now. So it can't be too much longer to go. Ball up again now. Dell trying to punch it over the behind the goal line, although the ball comes right out, and they're appealing for deliberate. How are they going to see it? They're going to say it is deliberate. He's paid it. So they talked the umpire into that one. So there's an opportunity for Inverleigh. Right on the stroke of half time as he goes to the hot spot, comes over the top as it falls in his lap. They've got an opportunity here. Snezkov tucked up against the boundary, goes the Boonana, and it's touched. So minus score for Inverleigh, 3-7-25 to 7-6-46. 28 minutes gone in this second quarter, brought to you by Alders Insurance.
Werribee Central 7 goals 12, Corio 7 goals 3.
Oof.
19 shots to 10, and there's only a kick in it.
Ball is now back in the hands of Wilson. He's going to be doing the kicking in for the Belmont side. He's got Slorak short if he wants him to. Now he's just not even looking at Slorak. He's going to come this side of the ground, but he's going to go beyond him and go long out towards centre wing. Great distance on the kick. Ball gets into the hands of Dell. Got the handball inside to Murdoch. Looks up. Player coming at him was... big fella in wood, needs to get the handball outside, will do so now. It's going to be picked up out there by Summers. Handball goes towards his teammate Nevins, back long into the goal square, gets through the back. Defence is working really well down there for Inverleigh. Kick out wasn't that great into the hands of Mitchell. Got through the contest, put himself under a little bit of pressure, went back inside, goes outside, and again they're putting themselves under pressure. Summers just a quick kick back towards the goal square. Oh! Taken, and Vermeulen has taken it. And he can go back and kick his first goal of the afternoon.
A bloke's holding on to him. A bloke jumped in front of him, and his eyes never left the footy. And that's how you play footy. But now...
he's got to finish.
They need this badly. They need this badly.
So Brent Vermeulen is going to have a short kick at goal. Is it accurate? Yes, it is. It's
touched on the mark.
Good call from the goal umpire.
He didn't argue either, Brent Vermeulen. That's... it's now 3 goals, 8 Belmont Lions, 7-6 Inverleigh, and 29 minutes gone. Jack Filer again will kick in. Hasn't used any short options to date, and I would imagine that he will continue and getting the ball out long, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to go out towards centre wing. Grundle is in best position. He's up. Mark over the top with Slorak. Read that A little bit better. The ball now goes back into the middle. That's a dangerous kick. Mark wasn't taken out there by Mitchell. He's got time to go and recover it. Handball's back inside. Evans off a step. Goes back towards the goal square. Vermeulen's there again. Ball gets through the contest. Violet runs onto it. He kept the ball alive. Vermeulen's done nicely also. Picks the ball up. Got the handball further afield. Now it's gone over the boundary line. And it will be a throw-in which will take place about 10 metres around from the behind post.
Are they playing poorly, or is it just one of those days where things aren't going right for them? They've had a chance to kick, I reckon, another 3 or 4 goals.
The cohesion's not working, Brothers has, and the connection's not working, so they need to fix that and pretty quickly. So the ball now from the ruck contest coming through. Stoney taps the ball back to the front, picked up Murdoch, tried to get boot to ball. Picked up this time Evans. His ball was knocked out of his hands. Murdoch, a second opportunity.
Well, that's
swoops
right.
on it, and I think that is a better finish. He's got his first goal, Michael Murdoch, and the fourth now for the Belmont Lions. They move to 4 goals, 8, 7-6 Inverleigh, and we have gone just over 30 minutes. Belder's Insurance second quarter.
Well, I think it proves what we say from week to week, Smithy. That's the first time they've been able to hold the ball in there. The Inverleigh defence has been coming out every time it goes in there, unless Belmont get a shot. And that time they were holding in. They got the opportunity, and that opportunity came for them.
Not too sure where the ball's gone. More going over the fence, has it?
I think they need another
like
net to go on top of it.
Could get the spare ball.
They're only about $26,000 or so, maybe more. I remember Linda Bennett told me how much they had to pay for their nets. It's unbelievable.
Was that Murdoch's second goal? Did he kick one earlier in the game?
I'm not too sure. I got McPherson for one, but I can't remember whether seeing McPherson kick one. But anyway, I've got 4. They've got 4. Doesn't matter who kicks them.
I thought he might have kicked one
Yeah,
early.
he did.
I think he did.
Real
but
early,
yeah. I might have put it up against McPherson's name, so he may have the 2.
So umpire has the ball now. He got the spare one out. So it's going to be Adele versus Wilson, as it has been most of the day, winning the stoppage out. And how good's this bloke been in love? They get the ball forward now. Last gasp's effort, although Slorak, he wants to go quickly to centre wing now. Great kick and a good mark taken by Stapleton. He's got to move quickly. It won't be too much longer to go in this quarter. He kicks it into the path to McPherson. He's got to jump up, but had a flyer though. Inverleigh do have the numbers back now. Handball in the path to Muir, and then they go in the central, so not playing it too safe. Meehan's got to win this, although the player didn't go at it. Now Slyer comes back the other way. He's been good for Belmont. Handball has got to gather his die start, and he gets it back out now inside the forward 50. Here's a chance for Evans. Can he take the mark? Drops it. Still might kick the goal. Off the deck. Yes! Kicks a goal at the end of the first half. That's a massive goal in the context of this match.
Making him work hard, isn't he?
I'll tell you what.
5-8, 38, 7-6, 48. And we have gone 33 minutes from this second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
I just, as I say, things are going wrong for him. And luckily that time, somehow he got it back, but that was a mark that he would swallow every single day that I've ever seen him play. And he just put it down. I thought, oh, not again. But he never left, his eyes never left the ball. He followed where it went. He was able to get it through and toe poke it through for a goal, which was a little bit lucky, but good footy as well.
A couple of late goals for the Belmont Lions. Ball back in the middle. Wilson decides to take it out of the middle himself, but it's Michelle who emerges with it. He's going to kick long back into the forward line. This is where they need to take another mark. This time landed on his chest. Oh, I tell you, I think he nearly went.
He actually didn't go over the mark or across the mark.
He rocked.
But he nearly went off, and if he had gone off, I think he'd have been caught.
Well, his set shots haven't been too good today.
Benny McPherson, you would
this
think
one.
from the top of the square, he goes back, and there's another one in the backyard. I wish I lived there because I'd have a ball collecting all them. And Benny Evans has got his second, and 3 late goals now. We'll see Belmont at 6 goals, 8. Inverleigh on 7 goals, 6. 33 minutes gone in this Elders Insurance second quarter.
And I tell you what, it's the first time they've really got any cohesion from the centre. You know, that time, I think Wilson still won it, but Michelle sharked it beautifully. And when they go in like that, they're hard to stop. But as I say, they haven't been able to do that. Inverleigh have got just about every ball out of the centre. And this time Evans didn't drop it. He must have thought, I'm not dropping this one. And all of a sudden, after playing reasonably poor footy for most of this quarter, they're back within 4 points.
So 34 minutes gone now in this second quarter. Wilson has it down now. Surely not long to go. Ball comes out wide to Deister. And then they're going to move the ball forward. One-on-one contest here. Comes out. Might be Murdoch. He's had a good quarter and he
There
kicks
it
it as
goes.
the half-time siren goes for half-time. So scores 6-8, 44 to 7-6, 48. We went 34 minutes in that second quarter, brought to you by Alders Insurance.
Yes, goal kicks at this stage of the game. Is Murdoch, we believe, with 2. 1 to Brockett, 1 to Evans, 2 to Benny Evans. And for the Inverleigh side, all single goal kickers, Viney, Reed, Snevkov, Lewis, Marr, Sharrick and Bacon. We'll take a short break, get some scores from around the ground. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Yes, welcome back. Half time here. Play not too far from resuming. I'll just give you some scores from around the ground. We've got North Geelong 49 leading Giants 34. Werribee game we had that score at 7-12 to 7-3, but we haven't got an update since then. Anarchy have got away out at Bannockburn. They're now 6 lead. Bannockburn 44. East Geelong 10 points up on Belpost Hill 44 to 34, and Winchelsea at half time 59 lead, Thompson 34. So some interesting results out there this afternoon. And this game, as I said, is still up for grabs. As I said, Belmont with 3 late goals in that second quarter has got themselves back into the contest, and players about to start here in the third. That ball is thrown up in the middle. Wilson gets the ball down again, coming through. Love couldn't take clean possession. Vermeulen off the square, comes out and picks it up and turns around the body. Stoney couldn't take the mark at centre half back. Follows up, did that nicely, got the handball out, only as far as Vermeulen, unfortunately, and he was tackled, and it's been held up in there, so the umpire will come in and take possession of it. So again, Dell doing the ruck work. Wilson up over the top, goes back towards Love once again. This time the handball comes out, goes towards Grundle, leads in the race for the ball, got the handball, was going to give the handball, decided to go himself. Now gets boot the ball, kicks the ball in the air. Wilson didn't take the mark, neither could Dell. Handball goes back towards Wilson from Haberfield. He now sits over it. Umpire says he's got no prior opportunity to get that ball out, and it will come back to him. So again, the second ball up very quickly in this quarter. Ball from Wilson out the back. Nicely read there from Murdoch, who boots the ball long into their forward line. Evans couldn't pick the ball up. It actually landed on his chest, and he nearly knocked him over, the big fella. The ball is now picked up out there. Again, underneath players, umpires, not going to let things go on for too long. And it's going to be a ball up again.
I think he lost that in the sun or something.
Yeah, I think early in the second quarter, someone else, I think it might be Dan Gros on the boundary line lost sight of it too. So the Sun is playing an issue out there. Ball now from the contest. Love again, head over the contest. Gets the ball out to Marr. Tackled, brought to ground. Had prior opportunity. Tried to evade the tackle and was caught.
Yeah, that's his prior.
Yep. And Jack Evans has got the free kick, and he's got the ball. I'm not too sure whether he's in range. Probably just outside, I would think. So he's looking some options up forward. First move, McPherson coming forward at him. Still nothing behind him now. He's there by himself in space. He could use him. Decides to go short. Kicks up, and I think he's kicked it straight to the
two Inverleigh players.
Inverleigh boys, yep.
Unbelievable.
So, not too sure what colour he was looking at there. Might have been the reflection of the sun.
The sun's behind him. You can't blame that.
So Violet this time kicks the ball out. That's a great kick. Good mark lead up there. Dolt Grundle. Handballs off into the hands of Love. Short kick goes towards Mann. So all their good players in the middle of the ground are all still playing well, and that's what they need. Mia now with the ball goes out wide. Kick had to be good. Snezkov comes up with the ball. He can't take the mark. Picked up Evans. Handballs over the top. Will go back towards Eddie. Eddie wants to get back on the left foot. Goes over the top by hand. That was a good handball to Dista, and he goes back towards centre wing. Ball hits the ground, picked up by Wilson, got the handball out. Vermeulen read it nicely, coming through, got the handball to Wood. Couldn't take clean possession of it. He's got it towards Summers, but again, he can't take clean possession. No one can take clean possession. McIntosh did, got the handball away. And Wilson puts it back to where it come from. So not too sure why he did that, but the ball is now out towards centre wing, and coming through, the big ruckman in Dell comes up and takes the mark. Little chip sideways. I'll tell you what, they're making hard work of it here. They've gone back 20 metres. Eddie has now got the ball. He's a good user. Having said that, he nearly made a mockery of it. Ball now goes outside. He's got the ball back again. This time Eddie will go wide out towards Mitchell. Yes, Grove, keep it going.
What's a
mockery of it? It's Mock's Uncle Mock. Ball from now goes back inside to Murdoch. He's taken the mark. So that's better possession football. Into the hands now of the big fella in Evans. Goes back towards the full forward. Ball gets out the back. Picked up out there. Marr just decides to run it through for a minor score to the Belmont Lions.
Kicks it through his own goal.
And it is now 6 goals, 9 to Belmont. And Inverleigh remain on 7 goals, 6. Third quarter, we have gone 3.5 minutes. P&R Foods.
Not going to waste any time here. Quick kick out wide. They don't usually use that short kick. They have on this occasion, though, and then not 15, so they've got to go back in the middle to Stoney. Stoney's had to go on quickly. Gave the handball out, sold. I think it was Love into a little bit of trouble, and now the umpire says no prior opportunity, so give it to me.
I bought you back a heap of food too, Smithy, but I ate it on the way back.
I wasn't hungry, Grub, anyway.
So, ball, Wilson
was very good.
over the top. Well done by Josh Wilson on that occasion to get the ball forward. And then a one-on-one now, just at the tip of the 50 now for Belmont. Forward by Evans. It's a 1-on-2. Coming back the other way. Oh, no. And then intercepted and check side goal. Coming back, the defender just toe poked it straight into the waiting arms The Belmont forward. Did anyone see who it was? Stapleton kicked a booner now straight through the middle. That's the first goal of this second half now. So 6-9, 45, 7-6, 48. We've had 5 minutes go on in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
He had a little bit of space there too, the Inverleigh defender. I always hate it when they kick it off the ground or kick it in midair. He probably could have grabbed hold of it and got a kick out. He kicked it straight into the chest of the Belmont boy in Stapleton, and he ain't going to miss from there. And that's Belmont in front, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, there should be Belmont in front.
So this time now, ball back in the middle again. Wilson up. There's a free kick. The whistle being blown. I'm not too sure who it's going to. Going to Dalton Grundle there. I think that was a trailing umpire. Little chip into the half-forward line. Ball not marked out there. Wilson had it. Got the handball inside to Lewis. Lewis round the body back towards the full-forward position. Coming out. Needs to be taken cleanly. Good work out there. And that was Lindsay. He was tackled. Yeah. Umpire said he had a high opportunity, but the disposal was incorrect. And the free kick is going to go to Josh Viney, I think.
It was a pretty easy one to pay for me.
So Josh Viney now has got one this afternoon and can put Inverleigh back in front. Kick of about 20 metres. Viney steps up now, kicks that goal. It looks okay off the boot, and umpire agrees. Josh Viney with his second, Inverleigh now with their 8th. They moved to 8 goals 6. They lead Belmont on 7 goals 9, and we have gone almost 6 minutes. P&R Foods third quarter.
Well, it's good stuff by Viney, because at least he kicked it low enough to hit the net, because, as a matter of fact, not that good. So on the way back, I'll go over that fence. I've got 2 footies in my car if you want them. But, gee, Belmont first one, Inverleigh second one. If this keeps going all day, we're going to have a hell of a day, aren't we?
Did I win the raffle at halftime over there?
They were still shredding the tickets. They haven't drawn it yet.
All right, we're back in the middle once again. This time Wilson going up. Dell, this time a nice ball down towards Grundle. Emerges from the contest. Got boot to ball. Kicks out wide. Not too sure he had a minute to go there, but we'll say he did because it went straight into the hands of Jaden Reed. Reed now looks up. He goes into their half-forward line. Viney out again. Ball gets through the contest. Picked up Eddie over the top. Again, they go across goal. Dangerous, but the kick was okay. Into the hands of Mitchell. Mitchell now has got the ball.
Try to sneak a 50 there. Umpire too clever.
Did the right thing there.
Yeah, not going to fall for that. Well done,
chip up over the top. Goes back to Eddie. Just the required distance, I would think, there. Eddie was called the play on now. He's on his left boot so he can run and kick the ball back towards centre wing. Wood's going to be the marking player. Dan Groz did that nicely. He read the play and kicked the ball across the ground into the hands of Filet. They'll go a little bit deeper. Across the ground again, this time to the hands of Peel. Bacon is the shorter option. Not the shorter option, that is the shorter option. Ball out wide. Now there's an infringement out there, they say, and the free kick is going to be given to Inverleigh. So must have been an infringement in the air. The ball now moved quickly back towards the top of the goal square. Mark required. Mitchell on his chest. Didn't even have to put his hands in the air there. Has taken the mark and will take some pressure off the Belmont side.
That's what happens when you keep your eye on the ball, no matter where you are.
He's just looking to go across the ground short. Not too sure well, that's going to be the best option. This time he now plays on and goes a little bit longer. Kick wasn't great off the boot. Heads out towards the boundary line. In front, Slurech got the handball. But I don't know whether he intended to keep that ball inside anyway.
No, but he did well enough so the umpire wouldn't pay the
free kick. And there's going to be a ball up on the far side, just outside their forward 50. So we tick over 8 minutes. It's 7-9 Belmont Lions, 8 goals 6 Inverleigh.
Back in now. Wilson couldn't quite now, and then wrapping up the tackle was Josh Wilson. So we'll have another stoppage 50 metres out from the Inverleigh goal. So Dell's fighting hard in this second quarter, starting to even up more of the contest as ball comes out the back now, trying to go to the ball was Inverleigh, although it ends up in the hands of Mitchell, and then he goes into the middle of the ground now, handball with Allen, and then got the 1-2 back with Mitchell, and then they've made a mockery of this. Oh, you made me say it now, Smithy. So they got a free kick. Summers now across wide now. And there's Murdoch. He's going to arc his back, take it on, and inside the forward 50. Can they find a target? Evans it is. Can he take it on the second attempt? The umpire says he has. They'll have a shot, no more than 35. It's going to quickly go into the middle. McPherson, yeah. He nearly flipped over. Does take the mark, though, improves the angle, and he'll have a shot from no more than 30 metres. Take back the lead for Belmont. So McPherson's usually a pretty good kick. Hasn't kicked one today. I haven't called his name too many times today. He hasn't been as most dangerous as he has been, as he usually is. Kicks. It looks straight through the middle and nicks. McPherson kicks the goal and gives Belmont back the lead now. 8-9-57 to 8-6-54. We've had 10 minutes go in the third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
So they tried to stuff it up, didn't they? A handball back to a bloke that wasn't ready for it and bounced, and they got it out. But Evans saved the day, really, with a great mark in the forward line and a pretty good kick, which almost looked like it was going over McPherson's head when he slipped. But he just had enough knowledge about him to take the mark and kick a good goal.
So back in the middle we go this time. Ball from that contest. It's not going to be cleared out of there. It went straight into the hands of Summers. He was tackled immediately and umpire has called for it back. Still in the centre circle. Ball thrown up again. Dell front position. Wilson just over the top. Ball tapped towards their goals. Coming through, but it's been cleared away. Murdoch once again comes out of that contest, goes into the half-forward line. Wood was up and has taken the mark. So Wood now decides to play on and kicks long into the forward line. Evans out in front. That's going to be hard to make as he is a big lad and jumped at the ball. And he's going to go back and try and kick his third goal of the afternoon. So ball now, Evans. About 15 to 20 metres out. I think he has snuck this one in. Umpire goes back to the middle. And he has got his third and the ninth now for the Belmont Lions. They are 9-9. They lead Inverleigh on 8-6. 11 minutes gone. P&R Foods third quarter.
Well, I said earlier that Inverleigh were going into the forward line better. But these last couple of times, especially that one, that was Inverleigh-like. That was out in front of Evans, give him every chance and give... was it Jack Violet down there or was it someone else? Not quite sure who's on him.
Dan Mars on him, I think, at the moment.
Dan Mars didn't give him much chance. And I tell you what, Wilson, to me, looks like he's rucked for the entire game, isn't he?
Yeah, he won't change, I don't think.
No.
Back now, Wilson gets the ball down into the path of Meehan. He couldn't quite grab the ball. It was well roved coming through was Muir. He gets wrapped up and the umpire says holding the ball. So a great tackle coming back the other way.
Well, it was a great tackle, but I couldn't see much prior there.
Mara gets it out. I think it was the 3 steps he took, Grub. Although there's been an infringement off the ball here with McNamara. And they're just saying, get up, lads. And then Allett gives the handball out wide now to Slorak. He's going to go inside forward 54. Belmont McPherson out the back. And a good mark taken. No, he must have dropped it. Coming back the other way now. One-on-one contest in the fist over the boundary line. So we'll have a stoppage 50 metres out from Belmont's goal.
I read that decision a different way. If you take 3 steps and then get caught, you've had prior. But if you get caught straight away and then take 3 steps with the bloke and you've got no chance of getting rid of it, then it's not prior.
So Wilson now against Wood coming through. It was strong hands from Inverleigh, although it's going to be wrapped up again, so we'll have another stoppage. I think it's just up to the interpretation of the umpire there, Grub, but no,
that's what the rules say.
So
prior opportunity.
Coming through, Wilson wins that one, wins the clearance down. Then Meehan comes through. Good hands from Inverleigh in the middle of the ground. Now they're going to go maybe one too many handballs. They do. No, Haberfield gets it forward in the path of Snezkov. He's got a metre on his player here. If it doesn't go out of bounds, he's going to run onto it, and it does go out of bounds. So we'll have a stoppage 55 metres out from Inverleigh's goal now. Ball in just in front of the clubhouse here at Arctic Park, and very full clubhouse as always here at Belmont. Ball back in now. Wood against down. Might have been Allett who got the clearance out. It was. And then a great mark coming back the other way from Grundle. Grundle into the centre of the ground now. It's going to go over the top of one of the players and get to Bacon. So Bacon has options present at him. It's a low, flat kick, but it's straight down the throat of the Belmont player in Pelham. So Pelham takes a good interceptive mark in the back half now. He's going to kick it up and under into the path of Evans. It's a good fist away now. Got an opportunity here. Peel inside the forward 50. Here you go, Inverleigh, but playing in front was Slorak. So good interceptive mark again from Belmont. They're defending gallantly here to Pelham. Now handball wide to Jubba, and then Jubba to Summers. If he can gather the ball, he gets it up now to Lindsay. The ball's turned over. Snevskov's opportunity. He's got to come across, but another good mark taken in defence by Pelham. They're going to go switch here.
Straight on his chest.
He was well positioned.
It was a shocking kick.
So now he goes one more to Slorak. Slorak, short. To Summers. Summers, handball now. Might be Eddie, it is. He runs himself in a little bit of trouble, gets it back out to Summers now, though, and then Mitchell out wide, gets tackled as the ball goes over the boundary line. So we'll have a stoppage, ball in, far side, centre wing. We've had 14 minutes gone in this third quarter. 9-9-63, Belmont leading Inverleigh 8-6-54.
Ball will be thrown back in. Wood, front position. Wilson, just a little handball or a little tap further afield. Wilson got it back again. Handball goes towards his teammate in Haberfield. His kick was smothered. Kicked the ball off the ground. Did that pretty nicely. Put it back into a dangerous position now. But it's numbers are there with Belmont. They run across the goal line. Handball had to be good. It was went to Pelham. Pelham goes back outside. And Sheriff ran through the middle of the ground. He's going to get it back the third time. Needs to get rid of it. Had support outside. That was good running from Ditster. He goes short. Went to McPherson. McPherson just lays it up. Goes long into the forward line. One-on-one contest. Follett read that nicely. Evans plucked it off him. Went round the body. And he has kicked his fourth. So Ben Evans with 4. Belmont with 10. They are 10-9 now. They lead Inverleigh on 8-6 and 15, almost 16 minutes gone. P&R Foods third quarter.
Jack Follett did everything right in the air, and the ball comes down. It hits the deck. 9 times out of 10, it just bounces away. And where does it bounce? Almost straight into Evans' arms, and in the end, it's an easy goal because Jack Follett's still on the ground. So all that luck that was going against them in the first half is just starting to go their way, which means you make your own luck in footy. You start to play better, you get the luck.
So back in the middle now. Umpire has the ball and goes up. Wood against Wilson. Neither ruckman win the tap out now. Come to me, and he tried to get the ball forward in the path of the love. He couldn't gather the ball, and then coming through. That's high contact. The umpire might have been blindsided, and he was. So tackle laid by Sharrock. So stoppage now. 50 metres out from Inverleigh's goal. Probably need the next one here. Belmont with the ascendancy in this third quarter. Now Meehan coming back. How did he get out of that? Just breaks free now, has a flying shot at goal. He couldn't, could he? No, just wide. So it's a minor score. They're going to go quickly here. Summers doesn't want to waste any time. No, now he's
got
going to
nowhere
hold
to go.
himself up. So good setup here from Inverleigh in defence.
They got in the position very quickly.
So now it's 10-9-69 to 8-7-55. They're going to go out wide. The kick might work out. It does. Although they've still got the numbers here. Handball wide by Summers. He gets the ball out now to Wilson. He's been quiet in the second half. And then handball on. Now they've got the ball in congestion. It's a good tackle laid coming back the other way. And we're going to have a stoppage centre wing. So true centre wing. We have a ball up.
Bell Post Hill 6 points up on on East Geelong.
It's going to be a rip and finish out there.
And 30 points difference at Winchelsea. Winchelsea still lead.
So Inverleigh now moving the ball forward. 1-on-1 here with Snezkov. He couldn't win the mark, and then flying foot couldn't connect with the ball. Allett, that was beautiful. Hands over the top. And then the kick wasn't as good. They've still got the numbers here, Belmont. They can work something out. Coming through the middle. Mitchell, he'll be composed, although it's turned over. Wilson coming back the other way now. And then Sharrock in for Inverleigh. Here's an opportunity for Snezkov. He can gather the ball. He gets a bad bounce. Pelham now handball. Sells his teammate into a little bit of trouble. Beautifully done by Lindsay out wide, and they're going to get away with it. Finds Eddie out wide. And they're going to go quickly. Now they're at their defensive 50. Going to chip kick over the top to find Evans. They do. It's a powerful kick. He's going to give the handball off. Might have been Jubba who gathered it. And then the handball, they've overused it here. Can they win the ball back? They're going to go inside forward 50. Haberfield couldn't connect with a kick. And then in the back, maybe umpire says play on. He's put the whistle away for the moment. Eddie might find a target out wide, and he does. He finds Wilson on true centre wing, far side of the ground. Oh, it's Mitchell, sorry.
Mitchell.
Yeah, so
Coloured boots.
Mitchell towards, beautiful kick. Finds Allett. Allett looks up inside the forward 50. You think that's where he's going to send this ball? He does. Looking for McPherson. Can he take the mark? Gets over the back. Still an opportunity for him. Nearly running onto the goal was Vermeulen, but the ball is tapped over the goal line, so it's going to be a rush behind. So that's 10-10 now, 70 to 8-7-55. We've gone 19 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
So Jack Follett now will again bring the ball in from the fullback. He's going to go club room side of the ground. Comes out long, goes towards centre wing, got good distance. Mark not taken out there. Two Inverleigh players spoiled each other there. Ball now goes out the back, picked up by Eddie, handballs over the top. Then from just forward of centre wing, they chip the ball back into the forward line. Mark not taken out there, front of the contest. They've got numbers once again. Picked up out there again, kicked round the body. This time Eddie goes long, back into the forward line. Evans couldn't take the mark. Violet's there, hands on ball, and he has been held up or jumped on, and it's going to be going back to the umpire. About 20 is out from goal.
He almost took that one too, Evans. He wasn't far away from taking it. I know he pushes out the way with his arms and hands, but they let that go these days.
So the ball now thrown up once again. This time Wilson over the top. Ball runs back towards the goals. Coming the other way, Violet did that nicely. Picked it up the first time, then went back and collected it. Got the handball outside. Put his teammate under a little bit of pressure. Evans tries to shrug a player off. And he's been pinged for holding the ball. Probably correct decision there. Try to force his way through. Good tackle, and Inverleigh will be rewarded with a free kick at the far side of the ground.
Well, I won't be commenting on that one. I've got no hope of seeing that from here. No hope.
So now from the back pocket, they play on now and kick low in towards centre wing. And reading that nicely was Eddie once again. Had a number of possession, goes quickly back into the forward line. Allett's up there. He's taken the mark. McPherson on the lead. Doesn't see him. Goes short into the pocket. And that was a good chip up over the top. And I think the mark has been taken out there.
He's handballed it in goal, has he?
Not too sure who had a shot at it. I was putting my head down to make sure I had the right number.
Out of bounds in the full.
Oh.
Missed totally, so it didn't matter who.
I knew he played on, but I couldn't see it.
So it's going to be again back in the hands of Violet.
He had all his success kicking the ball long. Don't worry about little handballs and chip kicks. Kick it long, Jack.
Looks like he's going to do that this time, Grubb, and he's going to kick the ball. Well, he actually, a little half kick this time, went looking for Meehan, but going up the mark has been taken by Muir. And he is still on the defensive side of centre wing. Will kick down over centre wing now. Goes looking towards Grundle. Ball comes out the back. Cations runs onto it. Just needs a correct bounce. Who actually got a past him. Grundle went back and collected the ball for him. Went back to him. Now he's slipped and he's gone over the boundary line. Ball with him. And it's going to be a throw-in which will take place right on the forward 50 arc.
He's quick, that Cations. If he gathered the ball, he would have got away with it.
Well, we all were, mate. But I might have to take him under his wing, give him a bit of tutelage.
Ball thrown back in again. Ruckman at it. Ball front of the contest. Picked up, cleared away. Muir got the kick into the forward line. Grundle underneath it. Mark not taken there. Ball comes out the back. Sloric runs onto it. Oh, he was well chased down there by Cations. Got the handball out just in the nick of time. Viney runs onto it now. Needs to get the handball out. Did so to Peel. Little kick goes towards Miles. He was taken high. Umpire said call play on.
Gee, umpire was right there.
Yeah, and now it's going to be a ball up which will take place. 30 out from goal.
I think that's the correct decision. I reckon he slipped his shoulder there trying to go for the free kick.
Well, that's how much you know, because that was straight around the neck. Smith called it and Grubby backed it up, so you can shut up.
So
no idea.
Ruck contest, ball comes out. Murdoch did nicely, got the kick away, only as far as Peel. Got through a little bit of traffic, tried to get the ball to boot, couldn't do so. That might have been a little bit high.
That was high, yeah. What was that, Art? Not high? But go on, go against us again.
That one was high.
That was high, all right.
Only thing it may have saved you is he's going to ground and players over the top. But the umpire said, let's ball it up once again. That. Ball now from that contest, picked up. Muir tries to force his way through, did get boot to ball, went towards the pocket, it's going to be picked up, handball outside of Jubber. He tried to get the handball, missed with the handball, a little grubber kick into the hands of Haberfield. He's tackled this time. Again, no prior opportunity, and the umpire for a third time will ball it up. Pretty much the same area that we've been having it up.
Yeah, well, they're holding inside the 50, so there could be an opportunity coming.
Something may happen. Again, ruck contest. Grundle out of the ruck, goes back towards goal, and he is offline, out of bounce. And we will have a throw-in this time beside the behind post. So as we tick over 23 and a half minutes, P&O Foods third quarter. Belmont are on 10 goals, 10. Inverleigh, 8-7.
That's a good result for Belmont.
It's the best result.
Yeah, going bounds for sure.
For Inverleigh.
Yeah, for Inverleigh. So as the ball comes back in now, neither ruckman really wanted out, and there's going to be another stoppage. And there is. So 15 points in it. We've gone 24 minutes in this third quarter. Inverleigh need the next one. Up now in the ruck for the time being. They've changed ruckman, although that's going to be out of bounds. Did he step over the boundary line before? No, the umpire said he didn't. So where is he going to give him the free kicks? Can he get it there?
Reckon he had.
Yeah, I thought he did as well, and it's just interesting where the ball
Yeah,
actually
he
went over the
stepped out.
boundary
I'm
line.
not sure where the ball was.
Yeah.
Though. I think it may have been
So
out.
it's going to be Peel now from 50 metres out. He might run an angle here and try and get some extra distance. He is. That doesn't really get approached by the
because he
defender.
didn't call play on.
So it was the right decision from the Belmont defender there, as the ball is going to go for a minor score.
That's a shocking rule.
10-11, 71 to 8-7, 55. We've gone 25 minutes in the third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Well, he's run around to have a shot at goal, but the umpire hasn't called play on, so the man on the muck can't move.
That's what I'm saying.
Straight up the middle now. Find Pelham, they do. So Pelham has the ball now.
Just kick it.
He gives the handball to Allett, who's a better kick. He chips over the top. Might find Murdoch. He does. Murdoch is going to keep moving, going to the path of Evans. Will he take this one? Uses his body well, as he always does. Then Soccer traps the ball. How did he do that?
No touch.
Touch. He trapped the ball like a soccer player, picked it up, snapped it around the corner, did everything right, and it was touched on the line. So now 10-11, 71 to 8. 9:57. We've gone 26 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Werribee Central's 13-16. Carrara 9-3.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's going all right.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty good game down there.
That's what you're asking for. Ball kicked in nicely into the hands of Grundle out the back. Cation's in some space. Can he take the ball? He will run.
Run in!
This will be the finish we're looking for. Cation's across the face. And through for a minor score.
Oh, well, he's only a kid. He'll learn, but
That's
I tell
it.
you what, he looked good.
That's it. Got a bit of dash up.
Yeah.
Ball kicked in.
Well done.
Actually, he did that nicely because he didn't infringe with the player coming at him, so that was well done. Ball being held up again on the half back line or half forward line.
But by geez, they needed the goal.
Yes, would have been handy. Yeah, as I said, with the number of kids, as I said, the toll might take its place with just the senior footballers out there, but their senior blokes are doing okay at the present time. Ball kicked back in towards the half forward line, kicked across the ground this time. Went out towards Mitchell. He's got some space now and some time. Looks up. He goes long, back toward McPherson, making good ground along centre wing. Bounce didn't favour him, but he's going to be, well, I thought he was going to go back and collect it. Coming through, I think that might be Warren. He's tackled and he has been brought to ground, so we will have a ball up on centre wing.
The raffle numbers down there.
What is it?
With the black 15, I can't see. Black something. So back up now.
I got black 59.
That might be it.
The Sheila's won it.
Oh,
No, they have three. They have three prizes, they said.
So umpires said no prior opportunity, so have a stoppage in the middle of the ground. Better make sure if you do get it, if you are a winner, you claim it. Back up now. Wilson down now, trying to spin through there from Lovell. It's a good pirouette, although Eddie back the other way, gets it long and far. Here goes McPherson. He loves roving those. Handball over the top. Now they're going to work something out here. Here's Vermeulen from the pocket.
That was an ordinary effort.
And he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Yes. So.
Yes, I want the meat pack.
That's going to go the way of Inverleigh. They're going to go wide now. They've made a few blunders in their back 50. This one's going to work out. They've gone down to Sharrock. Sharrock's got some space. Now they've got to have their forwards work. Snezkov's got to work for him, and then they're going to have one more in. This is going to be Grundle. If he can gather the ball there, they're going to win it. Well, this is Eddie for Belmont. He goes in the middle, and Allett gets the ball. So Allett, always a good kick. Kicks wide. Man come off the bench trying to cut off Wilson. He nearly did, but Wilson saw him. Handball back in now. Then a little chip kicked over the top by Jubba. That's going to work out, although he's brought to ground the player, so it's going to stop the ball movement for the time being. He does find Mitchell, so Mitchell looks up. He's got McPherson. He might go longer to Evans, and why wouldn't you? The terrible kick. It nearly fell in the lap of Allen. Still going. They might work something out here, and they do. The goal in the end was kicked by Brockett, I think. So 77 now, plays 57, and the margin is increased once more. We've had 28 minutes gone in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Yes, nice bit of play, good quick hands. Evans just a little hand off, and Brockett running past was in the right spot, right time. Don't know what's going on out here, but these two are just saying hello to each other.
We've lost Grubb for the time being as well. He's run and chased down the raffle results to see if he's won the meat pack.
So the ball back in the middle of the ground. The ball comes off the half-back line. Eddie met at it, but it's picked up by Love. Got the stumbles there. Couldn't finish off his hard work. Went back down, tried to collect it. Kept the ball alive. Ball feeds out. Again, tackle was being laid. And it's going to be staying back to the umpire. Pretty much where we started this, in the middle of the ground. So another ball up to take place. Wood doing some ruck work, but again, Allett did that nicely, got the handball further afield. Running onto it was Murdoch. He kicks now long into their forward line. How will the ball bounce? Goes towards Evans. He collected that nicely. Handball's back inside. Stapleton had it, lost it. Good work there from Stoney, but again, the ball now went to Allett. He was tackled, and umpire said, let's have a ball up. I think there might have been a clash of heads with those two players. Both a bit sluggish getting off the ground.
Oh, this doesn't look good.
There was a clash. I didn't know what they hit.
Head and knee, maybe.
Maybe.
McPherson's had knee troubles before as well.
Dan Marr's being helped up there by Evans. Evans just hanging on to him to make sure he's okay. He's up, which is good. So Dan Marr back into the action.
McPherson's limping off. It's not what Belmont need as well. He's one of the most important players for McPherson. Looks to be okay though.
Yep. It'll just a little bit of the magic spray, mate, and he'll be back out there. Ball from that ruck contest is cleared away. Go back towards centre wing. Wood taps it down, goes to Mitchell. Mitchell, a little bit of time and space now. Want to go back and look out wide. That was well kicked and well positioned. Allett, he is out there and he has taken the mark.
How'd you go, Grub?
Well, I tell you, this is a very, very important kick, but not as important as. You team D59 Black.
Well, there you go. At least we've got some meat next time we go to Werribee. Ball kicked up, Allett at goal. That looked pretty good off the boot, and it has gone across. No, it is straight through the middle. So he has his first goal of the afternoon, and that brings up the 12th now for Belmont. They are 12-11, and they get away from Inverleigh, who are 8 goals, 9. We have gone just over 31 minutes
We've
again.
got more than that. It's three-quarter time.
Well, there you go. I didn't hear the
I
siren
didn't
sound.
hear it either.
So at three-quarter time, as we said, 12-11 Belmont Lions, 8-9 Inverleigh. Goal kickers to this stage of the game. Benny Evans with 4, 2 each to Brockett and Murdoch, 1 each. Stapleton, McPherson, Allett and Jack Evans. So I mentioned Brockett with 2. I'm not too sure they did, but he's got 2 as well. And for Inverleigh, Viney 2, Reid, Snezhkov, Lewis, Marr, Sherrick and Bacon all with 1. Take a short break. Scores from around the grounds. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Belmont with a comfortable, I wouldn't say comfortable lead, but they have a good lead at the present time, 12-11. They lead Inverleigh on 8-9. So just trying to get some scores from around the ground. And we got, I'm not too sure whether these things have changed from half time, but there's only 4 points of difference. North Geelong lead 51 to the Giants 47. Werribee Central, I just had a score come past and I just lost that. Anarchy 69 and Bannockburn 45. Bellpost Hill 58 lead East Geelong 52. And Winchelsea 78 lead Thompson 47. So that was probably the biggest result. And I think was it about 4 goals, Grub?
Yeah, 13-16 to 9-3. So 4
go.
goals, 6 goals.
Yep. So that's not a bad effort out there from the Corio boys travelling up the highway. Grub, how have you seen the game? And can Inverleigh muster anything to get themselves a chance in this last quarter?
Well, it's their last hurrah, isn't it? They really have to. I just don't think they can lose this game and go on and make the finals. I mean, mathematically they still can, but they have to win this. They have to find something, and they found it in the first quarter. They got away to a lead. At one stage there, I thought Belmont weren't playing good footy, but towards the end of the quarter, they just sort of seemed to click in, kick a couple of goals, and those 3 goals at the end of the second quarter were priceless. They really, really put Inverleigh to the sword doing that, and then they came out and had a pretty good quarter that time, and at 83-57, if you're watching the game without a scoreboard, you wouldn't say that would be the difference. But early on, they missed some goals, and in the end, Evans is how many he kicked now? 4?
4, yep.
And he started to kick goals, and and as I said during the call, you make your own luck by the way you play footy. The luck was against them because Inverleigh were playing pretty well, but they just happened to manage to get over that. And now the ball was bouncing. One got kicked straight into a bloke, and he ran in and kicked the goal. Just little things like that weren't going right from earlier, starting to now. So Inverleigh, they have to take the ascendancy. I think if you watch the first couple of bounces in the middle, Belmont have manned up a little bit because that constant flow coming out of the centre, even though Wilson's winning every tap out, it's not coming. So they're blocking it up. They're not actually getting the clearance straight away themselves, but they're blocking it up. And that cohesion from Wilson, Dalton, down the ground goal is gone. So somehow they've got to get it back. I don't know what you do, whether you come out wider and tell him to, because I can tell you now, He'll hit it wherever you want him to because the young fella's just not big enough, strong enough, and experienced enough to stop him from hitting the ball wherever he wants to. So maybe they've got to come up with a plan to hit it out wide and have runners coming off the halfback. I don't know, but that he's still winning it, but they're not getting out in the middle. So that's going to have to change. What they have to do is kick the first 2. If they can kick the first 2 and get themselves back in it, maybe Belmont may panic a little bit. They start that fumbling game again, and it gives them a chance. But at the moment, even though Belmont don't look like they're that far in front, they're in front on the scoreboard and a couple of quick goals the other way, and she's over.
Maybe the big jump in the air, grabbing a big belt towards centre forward, just get the ball running.
Well, if he's going to do that, he's got to do that at a point where your centre half forward standing in front.
Yep.
Like the old baseball thing, you give the bloke a wing and say, right over here it comes. So he knows it's coming.
Yep.
But and that's I would be doing that for sure. I'd be trying anything to try and get the most value out of probably the most dominant player in his position on the ground.
Yes, he's been able to do it and do it by himself all this game.
Well, they got Wood back in there now. He's a bit stronger.
Yep.
But I don't know if he's big enough and experienced in the ruck. He's a natural forward. So maybe that'll give him a bit more of a chance to sort of block it up in there.
This is it, the final quarter here this afternoon. Umpire with ball in hand. The play is about to restart, and up at Wilson takes the ball again, just hands it down towards Love. Love runs onto the ball, kept it going towards centre wing. It went back and collected it. He was tackled, brought to ground. Umpire is going to ask for it back.
See what I mean? Now he's winning a tap out to an Inverleigh player, and there's someone grabbing him straight away.
Yep. So the ball now, ruck contest. Neither ruckman got a hand on it this time. Picked up and cleared away nicely and long into their forward line out in front. Evans read that nicely off the boot, and he has marked 25 out from goal directly in front. Has 4, can go for 5.
It looked like a scrubby kick out of the pack, and it was a beautiful talk.
Looks like the wind's up as well now, looking at the flags.
It's done that a couple of times, and then it just drops again.
So Evans to start things nicely for the Belmont Lions in the last quarter. Comes in. As soon as he left the boot, he liked what he had done.
I'm going over the fence again.
No, that one's just short of. Grub this time. 5 for Ben Evans, and 13 now for the Belmont Lions. They are 13-11. They lead Inverleigh on 8 goals 9. That took just over 1 minute. Morris Finance, final quarter.
It could be the start of the end there. They get another one, as I said, and geez, the Hawks finals campaign could almost be over unless they come up with something now. But a mongrel kick, as I said, they blocked Wilson's tap out. They got a scrubby old kick that turned out to be a beautiful torpedo, and Evans just read it a bit better than Jack Follett and marked in front. As they say, whenever you're a foot, play in front.
So back in the middle now, Wood and Wilson coming through. Couldn't quite, was Lovey, gets wrapped up. Then they get the ball out here. Evans inside the forward 50, looking for the other Evans. Can he take the mark again?
He's got
start. Exciting factor in this game.
That's his situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Long, one-on-one, push and shove.
And the quick burst away from the middle always suits him, as he's going to go back and kick his six. This one might end up. It doesn't end up over the netting, but he's kicked the goal. And now it's probably a bridge too far for Inverleigh. As he kicks the goal, it's now 95.
It's the river
plays
crossing
57.
without a bridge now.
I just wonder, and I'm not being a smart aleck, but when they played Thompson here, remember the day they played Thompson?
Yep.
And Evans was getting kicks on the half-forward line, and I kept saying, it's all right for him to get him there, but he's got no one to kick him to. He has to stay exactly where he is because, as you said, that's how he plays football.
Yep.
That's when he kicks goals, when they win.
So back in the middle we go once again. Ball from that ruck contest comes out again. Love tried to run onto it, but it's coming back the other way now. Mitchell through the middles did that very, very nicely. Looks outside, got Allen in a bit of space and some time. Just needs to pick the ball up before he gets to the boundary. Does so. Little chip up over the top. Went back towards Murdoch. And it's got past him into the hands now. McIntosh, he was tackled, brought to ground, picked up McPherson, handball. Oh, it put his team under a little bit of pressure there. Brockett, he got rid of it. They had plenty of time to do so. Now it sits in the contest. Umpire will come in and take possession of it.
That bloody pole was in me way. Did he actually get a handball to it?
I couldn't see him. I was
Me
doing the
either.
same thing.
Me either.
Was well hidden. Cameraman's shaking his head.
No,
Ball,
okay.
ball from that contest. Oh, lovely. I reckon he threw that out. Yeah, I saw that from here, I reckon.
Good pick up, Smithy.
Yeah, no, it was a quick scoop. He tried to get the ball out, and fortunately he was pinged, and Allen is going to go back and try and put his first on the scoreboard. So Allen has got to kick this only probably 35 to 40 metres. And will be their third of the final quarter. He steps in now, crosses the 50-metre arc, runs and gives himself a bit of arc, and he kicked the ball exactly where he ran to. Evans was up over the top. Ball at ground level, picked up, not picked up at this stage, trying to be kept in there. Inverleigh trying to feed the ball out. Ball is held underneath the contest. Umpire is going to come in and take possession of it.
See, he's not that big fly over the pack. He nearly got it, but he's not. That's not his forte. His forte is one-on-one. And Jack Follett's as strong as a bull, but he's just not strong enough.
So ruck contest again, just defended the space. Ball comes down towards Stoney, little boot towards the half-forward line, picked up, goes back to Michelle, round the body, right foot, has the carry but not the accuracy.
Who?
Oh, Mitchell. And it's through for another minor score. And that will make Belmont 14-12 and 8-9 to Inverleigh. 5 minutes gone, Morris Finance, final quarter.
Inverleigh returning, and they haven't gone short all day. They've gone long, so it's going to be the same by Filet. He's going to go straight up the guts. Couldn't quite, was an Inverleigh player. And then the quick handball from Warren got it forward. Here's Snezkov. Umpire says play on. It must have not been far enough. They still haven't heard it. The umpire did call play on. Now short, and it's not a great kicking. Well cut off by Murdoch. So Murdoch probably happy to take his time here. He's going to go out wide. Risky kick, but it was pinpoint perfect to find Wilson. You know he loves to go for a run. He's going to go short. Find Eddie. Eddie back in side, playing a dangerous game here. Finds Pelham, and then wide now. They've got the switch on here. They've got more space. The first astronauts as they go down the line. The kick. It's gonna find the player in Deister. Deister's gonna go short. Find Allen. This is a bit of a training drill at the moment for Belmont. It looks up. They're gonna look for Evans again. He wants it on his head. Allen looks like he goes the whole way. He kind of. Oh, he's kicked a goal. So from the hardest pocket in Geelong, Alex brought it back and kicked the goal. 102 plays 57. We have gone 6 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Tell you what, coast to coast, I think the game's over. This is too good at the moment. And who were they, Arch? The first astronauts.
It was Armstrong and the Aldrin, Buzz Aldrin.
Well done. Well done.
Yes.
I honestly didn't think you'd know that. I thought you were too stupid.
I couldn't have got that, mate. So you did extremely well. Ball back in the middle. And it's going to be the ruckman again. Again, Wilson to tap down. Only as far as Mitchell again. Through the middle he comes. Handballs goes out towards Allett. Allett's looking for some to come past him. Didn't get rid of the ball correctly there. Umpires allowed play to go on. Wozzanowski kicks in towards centre wing. His kick didn't have the direction he required. Handball goes back over the top. Goes back towards McPherson. Steskov. He did okay there. Made a contest, but it's going to be coming out Inverleigh. Love got the handball outside. Again, they're putting pressure on. They continue to move the ball forward, but eventually it comes out the back, and it's going to be into the hands now of Reid, who goes long back towards goal, and his finish is pretty good. And he has got his second of the afternoon. The ninth now for Inverleigh. They are 9-9, 15-12 to the Belmont Lions, and 7.5 minutes gone. Morris Finance final quarter.
7 goals. They've got a kick. I can't see that happening, but I tell you what, it's a good start. They've really good footy again. Went down the ground. Reid's been pretty good. Well, for a fair bit of the game, and that's what they need to do, but they just need to do more of it. They need to get this out the centre and kick another one straight away. But
Anarchy up by 26. East Geelong now up by about 25. And Winchelsea up by about 40.
Right.
Sorry, umpire, as the ball goes up again now, Wilson dominating the rucks he has all day, although they might gather the ball here and win the clearance. Belmont they will, because there's been a free kick, and it's going to go the way of Mitchell. So Mitchell happy to take his time here. How's it look? They switched well before. They might have a crack again. Haven't been afraid to pull the trigger through the middle of the ground. It's going to go wide. Not the best of kicks, but McNamara made it look pretty good. Takes the mark. He's going to go back to Pelham. Pelham, this is the kick. It's got to be good, and it is to Allett. This is where they slice him open. Handball over the top now to Eddie. He was tackled straight away. There was no prior opportunity, and there wasn't, so he'll have a stoppage in the middle of the ground near the centre circle.
Great tackle, good umpire.
Umpiring's been pretty good all day today. There's the balls up again now. Wood and Wilson. Wood wins that one. The ball up did favour him, and now out. Couldn't quite as the midfield of Belmont. Now they're going to have a run. Put it inside the forward 50. Inverleigh playing in front, just in the 50 line of Belmont. They're probably happy to see this go over the boundary line. They are. So it was Rocket who saw it over. So just in front of us in the broadcast position here, we've got a stoppage. We'll be a ball in. 55 out from Belmont's goal. Kick the next one. You can definitely say it's all sewn up as rolls in now. Evans in the ruck. Wilson tried to go over, and then Allett slapped it forward. They found Vermillion, and then inside Summers got run down. Umpire says play on. Evans gathers the ball now. Can he find a target? He chips over the top. McPherson! What a kick! The composure from Evans. Didn't panic, lowered his eyes, and found McPherson, who's a beautiful kick for goal. And he'll have a shot for his second to make the margin out now beyond 40 points. It'll be 45 he kicks this for their 16th goal. Benny McPherson. Usually a great kick for goal. He comes in now from 45 metres. Looks gun barrel straight. How good is that from McPherson? Oh, celebration as well. Bit of the goal thing for the celebration. He kicks that now. They're now 16, 12, 108 to 9, 63. We've gone just over 10 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Well, you can have his celebration. That's it. There is no chance at all Inverleigh can get back. And Belmont have gone for a side that I thought played poorly and then ordinary and then fantastic after that. They've just changed the whole game.
Yes, the fat lad is gargled, sang and went home.
yeah.
Ball now back in the middle of the ground. Meehan has the handball, went outside. Stapleton intercepted, went on the right boot, looked up, went outside, back towards McPherson, going back. Warren couldn't take the mark. Ground level, Stoney has to get the ball up, got a handball outside, went back to Grundle, back to Warren. Little chip across goals, going to be dangerous. McPherson, big fella in Evans, I should say. He's picked the ball up, used his body. Umpire just waiting for the all clear. Umpire's still looking. There it is. And he has now got goal number 7. And the Belmont Lions move to 17-12. They lead Inverleigh on 9-9. 11 minutes gone. Morris Finance final quarter.
Was that Big Evans, wasn't it?
Yep.
That gives him 6.
7.
7?
Yep.
Wow. I don't know what to say anymore. I've run out of things to say. You can only hope that actually, Inverleigh can end up getting beat by 10 or 11 goals here if they're not careful.
And percentage does matter as well.
Yeah, well, might, and if you haven't got enough points.
So back in the middle now. Wilson try to go at it. Meehan wins the clearance now for Inverleigh. Looks to go forward, playing in front. Beautiful for McNamara. So he takes the mark now. Looks forward in. It's a good, well-weighted kick into the path of his teammate Inverleigh. They're starting to link up good now. They've got Allett inboard. He's not going to ignore him and go further down the line. McPherson might jump over the top here. Oh, big fly, but he couldn't quite bring it down now. Then he's going to keep it in. Professionally done from Ben McPherson to create the stoppage, and would have been a great mark here. I don't think we've had a big fly today, have we, Grub?
No, none at all. I don't think anyone's been up there to fly for the Rattlers pie.
A couple of efforts, but no one's pulled one down. So as they come out now, the clearance is one. Good handball out from Muir, and then they get the ball forward in and under is Eddie. He gets his hands out trying to get it, although it's stolen. Well done on that occasion from Muir. Now it's a foot race. The ball stays in his Snezkov. Can he gather the ball? He can. He keeps it in. Snezkov, now he loses possession of the ball, and it might go over the boundary line. He tried to keep it in, and then he throws it back to the boundary umpire. So we'll have a stoppage just in front of their interchange bench there. Good 75 metres out from the Inverleigh goal. Back in now. Over the top in the ruck for the moment is Bacon. He tried to get the ball down, and then a good tackle laid from Reed, and the umpire says, give it to me. So Belmont well and truly in control of this game in this last quarter. Really starting to flex their muscles as Wood up against Wilson now. Wilson with a big slap try to now. Snezkov against the boundary line. It's going to beat all comers and go out of bounds. Still have a ball in 40 metres out from the Inverleigh goal. We have gone 13, nearly 14 minutes in this contest. 17-12, 114 to 99-63. Belmont lead in this fourth quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
So ball on the half-forward line. Chance for Inverleigh here. He's thrown back in. Ruckman go at it. Wilson takes it out of the ruck contest, where it did nicely over the top to Cations, and this time he doesn't miss. He has kicked his first goal of the afternoon, and that will bring up the 10th for Inverleigh. They are 10-9. They trail Belmont on 17-12. 14 and a half minutes gone. Final quarter, Morris Finance scoreboard.
Well, at first you don't succeed. Try again. He's missed one. He's had a chance for another, and he's finally kept at it. And good boy. He's kicked his first goal for the day. I don't know how many he's kicked since he's come into the side, but maybe it's his first goal for the club, for the seniors at Inverleigh. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter much because the lead's just far too great, obviously.
Big Benny Evans gone in to do the ruck work now.
Oh, that's no good.
Wilson just clearly takes the ball out of the ruck contest, goes to Grundle. Grundle on the right boot, goes into the half-forward line, went towards Cations again, bounced, didn't favour him this time, out the back, McNamara. He takes it, needs to get the handball away, did so. Cations again runs onto it. This time he can't pick the ball up before it goes over the boundary line, and a throw-in will take place. So about just outside their forward 50, I think the ball's landed. And it's going to be thrown back in by the umpire. Wilson down there. Jubba looks like he's going to do some ruck work now. Ball from that contest, picked up by Jubba. Puts boot to ball, goes back beyond a centre wing, coming through. Stoney read that nicely, got the hands out to Grozdanovsky, back to McIntosh, into the hands of Warren, who on the right boot goes back over centre wing. Snezkov protected the space. Wilson picked the ball up, out the back. Cations once again, picks the ball up. Another opportunity, goes back towards goal, and Josh Viney says, I'll finish it off in the goal square. So Viney clicks his third of the afternoon, the 11th now for Inverleigh. They're 11-9. And the Belmont on 17 goals, 12, 16 gone in Morris Finance final quarter.
Gee, he's kicked enough on in his career. Well, that was going through, wasn't it?
I reckon it would have bounced that way. It looked like it was heading that way.
Nah, for all the young kids out there listening, don't ever do that. If it could bounce the other way and make a complete fool of you, grab it, kick it, and Viney did.
Well done from Sammy Cations. Kicked the last and then sets up that one. So good to see him doing some good things out there for Inverleigh.
North Geelong away from Geelong West Giants now, 93-66.
Anarchy away from Bannockburn by 31 points.
Back up now. Wilson got it down into the path of Grundle. Then Grundle was wrapped up, although here they go. Grundle must have got the free kick inside the forward 50. A couple fly and a good mark taken.
Was too.
Same with East Geelong and Belpo still.
Yeah, 29 points East Geelong in front.
So Sheriff went out wide.
Like
Wasn't his best kick.
Thompson beat.
Put his teammate under pressure. Now they might go back inside here. There's Snezkov, although it's back to Sheriff. He takes the mark. There's a player down in the middle of the ground as well, just on the defensive 50. It looks like Wilson. It might just be Cramp. You going to wait for him or?
Well, I don't think that was.
Is
he in the way?
No.
They do if he's in the way of play. If not,
well, they had the. Oh no, there might have been the free kick's going to come all the way back to him, which is nearly detrimental because they're losing ground. But anyway, they're going wide to Slorak now, and now on the far side of the grounds, true centre wing, working the ball up, just chipping it around. That's a good kick. And this is Allen. He's going to go back in, board, and find Eddie. He's one of the best kicks in the team, so they want to switch, they can. He might go for it here. Now he cuts through the middle, tricked them all to the top. Up, it's a one-on-one with McPherson. He might take the mark.
Very good mark.
Smart. The kick didn't exactly favour him, but he was good enough to take the mark on his opponent, which was Will Stoney, and now they'll have a shot from virtually the same place he did before, even closer in, 40 metres out, 35 directly in front. The kick his third goal. So Benny McPherson now comes in to kick their 18th for the day, and his third. Looks, garden barrel straight, it is! His last celebration was good. This one's even better. 17, 18, 12, 120 to 11, 9, 75. We've gone 19 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
What's that? 40-something points.
45. Grub.
45 points. Gee, that's very disappointing. The way the game started and the way they played early in a game that they really needed to win, it's disappointing for them. But, they still live to fight another day next week. But, geez, they're going to have to play a bit better than this for 4 quarters, not just the first.
So Belmont Lions down with their fourth ruckman. Jubba's gone in. And again, Wilson just up over the top. Ball comes down. McPherson read that nicely off his hands, but it's picked up there by Love. He tried to work his way out of the contest. Jubba did so, then put the ball down, picked up Haberfield, turned the ball over, went straight back into the hands of his opposition player in Allen. He was tackled. Umpire said you had a prior opportunity, so ball now is going to the hands of Sharrock. Sharrock plays on. His kick wasn't great, but we'll say it was great because it went straight onto the hands of Haberfield, who kicks the ball short now. His kick goes into their half-forward line. Murdoch emerges with it, picked up over the top. Evans got the handball outside. Allett inside, running through the middle of the ground. Mitchell now loads up from outside 50, long towards goal, offline through for a minor score. 18-13 now for the Belmont Lions, and 11 goals, 9 to Inverleigh. 20 minutes gone. Morris Finance, final quarter.
It's going to be Stoney to return now. He does, goes out wide. It's a good-looking kick. Coming across was Vermillion. He couldn't affect it, though. So now they're going to go straight down the line into the path of his teammate in Scoble. He gathers the ball and then goes inside the forward 50. It's a kick to the advantage and a good mark taken by Grundle. He's going to move the ball quickly. And guess what? Sammy Cation is going to kick his second. Well done, Inverleigh. Coast to coast. And I tell you what, Grub.
What?
could be a contender
Why?
for the Kempy Engineering play of the day.
Just trying to work something out here. So what's the score?
18-13 to 12-9. We've gone 20 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Well, they've got to keep doing it. They're just going to keep fighting and fighting.
Yep.
And kicking a couple of goals and try and take some momentum into next week. Saying, all right, we kicked the last 3 or 4. Yeah, maybe Belmont took the foot off the pedal. Well, they don't look like they've done that. There's
No.
nothing going on.
No.
So, they've got to kick a few goals and try and take some sort of confidence into next week to just still try and make the finals.
Jubber and Wilson again. Jubber tried to just hold him out then. Ball picked up by Haberfield. He can't get the handball away. Umpire will come in and take possession of it. He's doing it louder there, Grub, are you?
Just having a quick look at it, yeah.
So the ball now again with the umpire. Wilson, as he does most of the day. This time he tried to knock it clear of the contest, kicked the ball off the ground into the half-back line, picked up by Eddie. He was taken by the feet. I would have thought that was a trip. The ball comes out the back. He's actually been taken high. Umpire said the advantage can be paid. Jubber kicks the ball towards centre wing. It's going to be lucky enough that it's going to work for them. I thought it was, but the ball's been picked up out there by Warren. Tries to force his way through the contest. Able to do so. Got the handball away over the top towards Bacon. He can't pick the ball up. He's got some pressure now arriving in the hands there of the Belmont Lions and through Evans. They come through the middle. Mitchell outside, running Murdoch, looks up, goes long into the forward line. Vermeulen, bounce wasn't favourable. He went back and tried to collect it at ground level. McPherson had an opportunity. Goal square, kicks it off the ground, and he has got goal number 4. 19-13 now, Belmont Lions 12-9 to Inverleigh. Morris Finance final quarter. We have gone 22 minutes.
I'll forget what I said because that doesn't help. That doesn't help, does it? But I tell you what, it proves one thing. They haven't taken the foot off the pedal. They're going to go right till the final siren. And that's what you got to do when you play football.
No, enjoy this win, Belmont. Their first for a month, so much needed coming to the pointy end of the season against Inverleigh, who have had some good form coming to this game. So back in the middle, Wilson tapped it nearly uncontested. Ball moves forward now. Scoble was involved, and then it comes all the way back to Love. He's wrapped up, so we'll have another stoppage just forward centre of Inverleigh's goal. Belmont's goal. As we're back up again here, Wilson not contesting the rock anymore, Belmont, as they go back down. Trying to find it. Love's going to be wrapped up, so another stoppage in the same position.
How important is Hootsmart Grub to this side?
Well, you just seen today what Wilson's done to him. Hugely important. Hugely.
Wilson had the ruck tap out now. There's Summers. Quick ball forward in the path of Evans. Can they defend this one? Inverleigh, good tackle straight away. And the ball nearly came out, so they'll have a stoppage 30 metres out from Belmont's goal.
Do we know what injury he had?
No, I can't remember. He's been out for a while, out.
He's been out for a hell of a long
I
time.
don't know. Is he coming back? We don't know.
Yep, so the ball now, ruck contest, just out, about 20 out from the Belmont goal. Again, players just prepared now to lie over the top of it. And the umpire will come in, take possession of it. Wilson, as he has done, this time uncontested there. Ball goes down to Evans. And the quick shot at goal is through for a minor. That was Jack this time. And they now move their score along to 19-14 to 12 goals 9. 24 minutes gone. And Morris Finance final quarter. Jack Filet with the ball. And from full back, he tries and land this ball in the middle of the ground. Goes out long. Grundle's the target. He's up. Oh, he had first grab at it. Couldn't finish it off. Picked up and cleared away out there by Summers. Got the handball outside. They work the ball. Only as far as Peel. Peel goes with the handball back inside. Haberfield, little chip forward was good. Into the hands of Lewis. He's still defensive side of centre. And looking for some options further afield. Grundle's at centre half forward. He goes in that direction. Gee, he set himself up underneath the ball there. Wasn't the greatest of kicks. Ball now. Cation's outside. Picks the ball up. Screws it round the body. Went looking for his teammate there in Viney. He's looking to go round the body back towards goal. I tell you what, I thought that was a pretty good finish there, but it's just offline through for a minor score. 12-10 now to Inverleigh and 19-14 to Belmont. 25 minutes gone, final quarter.
What made you think it was a goal?
Oh, just the way he brought the ball back round. Even without the glasses.
Even without the glasses. I thought it might have been a goal for one reason. The goal umpire
Yeah,
didn't move.
exactly.
He did not move.
So the ball straight down the guts here, and Pelham takes it and doesn't break stride. He's going to kick in the path of Evans. It's a one-on-one here, not the place you want to be. Doesn't take the mark. Now McPherson off the ground.
The bloke coming in too.
So minus score for McPherson on that occasion. Comes out wide now, and they're going to go quickly. Inverleigh might come into the middle here. They're going to go in the direction of Wilson, and also there is Peely, gathers the ball. Now he's going to try and get it up to his teammate. He does. And now Summers coming back the other way. Handball over the top. They're going to go inside forward 50 here in Inverleigh. Can they take a mark? Big fly over the top. Cations is there. He's already kicked 2. And then they're just going to run it over their own, the Inverleigh goal. So it's going to be a rush behind from Belmont. So score now 19-14, 128 to 12-10, 82. 83. And we've gone 26 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
The ball into the back pocket. Mitchell again with the ball. He's going to stay on the outside of the ground, which is good. Ball goes through. Vermeulen bounces off his knee. He's got support there. Picked up by Allen. He's tackled, brought to ground straight away. Umpire agrees there was no prior opportunity this time. And the throw. You reckon?
I thought he might have taken a couple of steps first, but then again, as I said, I can't see.
Gets up, and this time Wilson up over the top once again. Allen through the contest, got through this time. Little quick kick, went forward into the hands of Mullen. Got himself in and out of trouble, and out the back towards Mitchell. Mitchell looks up, his kick into the half-forward line. Filer read that nicely. Umpire paid the mark. Handball's outside, goes towards Dan Groz. Inside goes to Stoney, and back into the middle of the ground. Finds McIntosh. Filer through the middle, continues to run. Loads up, goes long into their forward line. Good kick. Coming out, Snezkov couldn't take the mark, tried to keep the ball alive, went back towards Wilson. He got the handball out the back, has Grundle now, fends off, got the handball wider into the hands of Miles.
He thought he
should have been a
footy.
Should have been a free kick, and it will be. And Dolt Grundle has got the ball just inside the centre square, I reckon.
The ball had gone past, and I think he actually thought he still had the footy, so he tackled him. So that's a fair enough free kick.
So it's all to play on now. He goes out wide. That's a good kick, and the mark has been taken. So Inverleigh with a chance through Sherrick to go back and look at a goal here. So I couldn't tell you about this young fella. He's goal kicking, but we'll soon find out whether he's can make the distance for a start on the left boot. And he has brought it to the near side and through for a minor score. So 1-1 to him today. 12-12 now Inverleigh. 19-15 Belmont. 28 minutes gone, final quarter.
Turn the ball now, Belmont. Sting's definitely gone out of the game. It's going to be Mitchell. So he goes long down the line, straight into the waiting arms of the Inverleigh player in Dan Groz. He goes central on his teammate Ma. Ma takes McPherson on, does a good job. Now he's going to send it inside 50 with an up and under ball. Who can get under that? Coming through. No mark taken now. Snap on goal. Yes! Great goal kicked by Grundle, I think it was. Consolation goal for Inverleigh. The score moves to 19-14, 128 to 13-11, 89. 29 minutes gone in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
And I'd say another thing too about Morris Finance. Go and see Martin Carla. He'll give you a quid. They're the best in the business. Morris Finance. And I tell you what I haven't said today too. That's right. Connectel, the mighty Connectel. We better give them a burst too. And we'll give them all another serve. Ratley's pies and all of them. Just before the end, we quit our broadcast today. Thanks very much.
The ball back in the middle of the ground. Jubba doing the ruck work. He doesn't even jump over the top. Knocked down. Wilson goes towards Bacon. Bacon quickly into their forward line. Ball gets through the contest. Sheriff came through. There's a free kick being given.
A couple of these blokes like Sheriff and that have come back, and Wiley, they haven't done a hell of a lot, but they've got a good 100 minutes of footy under them, Smithy.
So umpire now says play on. Ball goes over the top. And Cations, he can go in and get his third for the afternoon. Compliments of a Dalton Grundle handball there. And Inverleigh now to 14 goals, 12. 19-15 to the Belmont Lions. Just over 30 minutes played. Morris Finance, final quarter.
Do you want the final score from Werribee Centrals?
Yep.
Werribee Central's 14-24 with no wind. Corio 12-4.
14-24.
38 shots to 16. They've won by 2 goals, 20. 5 goals. They've had that many more shots. They'd be a bit disappointed in that.
So back in the middle. Not too long to go. There's 31 minutes gone now. Wilson jumps over the top. They do contest him this time. Coming through and dumping the ball on the boot was Love. Playing in front, though, was trying to get behind was Snezkov. And then the ball towards the boundary line. Eddie might pick up. He does. And then he's happy to step over. No, he keeps the ball in. That was smart. Oh, smart play. Gets it to Slorak. Slorak, handball over the top now. Might get the 1-2. He does, although he fumbles the ball and gets tackled by Love. Then he gets the ball out to Summers. Summers now to Allett. Allett and ball wide. They're going to go inside 50 here. They've worked it really well. Although playing in front and coming across, the mark was dropped by Ma. Now they've got a bit to do. Might kick the ball centre. It is. And a good mark taken by Miles. Miles going to move the ball quickly, although the kick is Aaron. It might still work out, though. This is Reed. He tries to take on a couple of players. Now he's
Good
gone.
tackle.
Great tackle from Eddie. Just epitomises the way that Belmont play. Always gives 100%, Braden Eddie as well. Always in the best players. He goes wide now to Evans. Evans moves the ball towards the forward flank. Now coming through. McPherson crushed the pack. Stoney's been playing on him. He's going to be careful. Handballs back inside to McIntosh. And then McIntosh gets it back. And then they're going to go wide now. Good mark over the top. It was dropped, though. Coming through is Eddie again. Oh, that was beautifully done. He gets the handball off. They're going to go inside forward 50. 1-on-1 with Murdoch, and Murdoch loses. Mark taking over the top, and then short now to Miles, puts him under a little bit of pressure.
Dan Gross.
Handball now. Now Murdoch's still involved there. Love coming through, tries to get the ball back. Summers, great big hit. Now Allett, he might go inside. It wasn't his best kick. You can tell they're all a little bit fatigued out there. Now a handball inside. Gross was involved. Back in now and sitting in the hole.
Jeez, they're still putting on
Here's
unbelievable
Jabba.
pressure, aren't they?
So, Jabba now, he looks up. McPherson wants it long. So does Murdoch. Murdoch might take this mark just through his hands, and the ball's going to end up over the boundary line. So, we've gone 33 minutes in this last quarter. Current score is 129-96. Brought to you by Morris Finance.
Been 13 goals kicked
Has it been that many?
in the last quarter. Yeah.
Has there?
7 to Belmont and 6 to Inverleigh.
Wow.
So ball is thrown back in forward pocket area. Going Wilson up over the top. Goes back. Picked up out there. Kick towards goal.
You might have to
I'll tell
make
you
that
what,
14.
That's 14 because Riley Summers, he's got his first goal of the afternoon and the 20th now for the Belmont Lions. They are 20-15. Inverleigh on 14 goals, 12 and 34 minutes almost gone. Morris Finance final quarter.
Well, I tell you what, I know a few of the balls, well, a couple have gone over the net, but thank God it's there because with 14 goals kicked in the last quarter without that net, we'd be here tomorrow morning, I reckon, on my way to church, straight from the ground, I reckon. Because 14 goals kicked in the last quarter. What have we played? About 34.
Yeah, 34.
Wow. We could still have another 4 minutes left here.
I hope not.
Well, so do I. I've got to go and collect me raffle prize. Did I tell you? I won the raffle.
There might be a signed footy.
Hey, you watch it'll be gone when I get the other prize.
We are back in the middle now. Wilson jumps over the top, does his own ruck and roving work. Then the ball ends up in the path of the Inverleigh player as he gets tackled instantaneously, and we'll have a stoppage 55 metres out from the Inverleigh goal. So ball's up. Back again here. Wilson, be interested to know how many tap outs he's had today. And then Jabba just
All you
throws
got
the
to do
ball
is
in
count the
boot.
ball up.
Comes out wide. I haven't actually seen Dell for the second half of this game. I hope he's all right. But he's not injured.
If he's smart enough, he's on the bench laughing.
Miles goes back now. Contest the ball. Neither team could win it out now. And now there's going to be a stoppage 35 metres out from the Inverleigh goal. So we have gone 35 minutes, but as we said, there's been 14 goals kicked in this last quarter, so it's going to be an extra long one. Comes over, Wilson grabs the ball, and then don't know how he disposed of that. Then a snap around the corner was smothered. Now another opportunity for a snap. It looks like it's going through on the goal. It's touched. The flying shot from Jaden Reed didn't quite up the leg, so it's a minus score.
So all the other games are pretty much over, Smithy, aren't
So the score now is
in score-wise, Grub, yeah.
2015 135 to 14-13 97. We've gone 36 minutes in this last quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance.
So again, ball will be brought back in, and it's going to be brought to the... it doesn't matter where it's been brought to, because there's a siren which will end the game, and Belmont will run out winners. $20.15. That's 135 to Inverleigh, 14-13, 97. Goal kickers for the day. Ben Evans with 7. McPherson with 4, 2 each to Brockett and Murdoch and Allett, 1 each to Stapleton and Summers, and 4 Inverleigh, 3 to Josh Viney and Sam Cations, 2 to Jaden Reed, 1 each to Snezhkov, Grundle, Lewis, Marr, Sherrick and Bacon. We're going to take a short break, come back, and we're going to have final scores from around the grounds and give our voting for the day and thank our sponsors and look forward to the coming round coming up and make a decision on where we're going to be heading next week. I think we already know that, but you're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Yes, welcome back, and we can just have a look at some of the scores around the grounds, and we think obviously the results aren't going to change, but North Geelong are currently 93, leading the Giants on 66. Belmont, we've just given you that. We know that Werribee have defeated Corio easily up there. Anarchy are currently 31 points up on Bannockburn, and the same margin or thereabouts East Geelong over Bellpost Hill, and Winchelsea 115. Thompson are on 77. So we're just going to obviously pretty hard to do some quick maths, so I don't know how to work out percentage, but we believe that Inverleigh may even stay inside the top 4 because of percentage, and Thompson might drop out. Well, you're not too sure.
So the top 4.
Top 5, sorry. Doesn't matter, Grub. Let's go through today's game here first, and we'll hopefully get those final results, and we can give our 3, 2 and 1 and work from there.
On the
have they?
Play HQ. So Inverleigh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inverleigh are 5th on 109.35. Thompson is 6th on 104.81. And Anarchy equal with them all now on 104.4. We'll talk about that before we go, but yes, unbelievable. Look, I thought this was going to be a really, really good game of footy, and it was for a long time. You know, Inverleigh looked really good early. Belmont were at odds and ends, 6s and 7s. It just looked like Belmont were going to struggle. But then they pulled a switch just at the end of that second quarter, when they looked like they were sort of not done and dusted, but in a fair bit of trouble. And they went bang, bang, bang. 3 quick goals. I think Inverleigh were lucky the siren went, because I reckon there was another couple coming the way they were going. And they got on top in the third quarter. And what do we have? 14 goals kicked in the last quarter.
8 and 6 is 14.
So it was a good game to actually watch. But in the end, Belmont were just too strong. They got murdered in the ruck all day. Obviously, the coaches either are smart enough or Andy Walscott might have had the radio on 94.7 the Pulse and listened to the expert commentary of myself. And he actually, well, he did. He ended up blocking that in the middle, which is what he had to do. But I think he might be smart enough to do it without listening to me. But once he did that, all of a sudden, Inverleigh, they struggled. It wasn't coming out of the centre with beautiful precision like it was early. And then they start to struggle. And then all the good players that Belmont, some of them have been missing over the last couple of weeks. Their best players played really, really well. Inverleigh's better players played really, really well too. They've got a couple of kids that have, they've got a little bit to go to be senior footballers. But I tell you what, just by looking at them today, they will be. Young Sammy Cation's finished up with 3. Wasn't anywhere near best on the ground by all stretch of the imagination, but he kept going and got his 3. And young Lewis, another young kid, he kicked the goal. And so, their future looks pretty bright. But hey, as we'll talk about in a minute with the ladder, they're not out of it yet. And I think Belmont now, that was a big win for Belmont. They've lost 4 in a row. They've got their confidence back. We saw North Geelong lose 3 out of 4 at one point. They got their confidence back. East went down to Werribee and got thumped, and then the last 2 games have been absolutely wonderful. It was just a great win in the end by Belmont, and it puts them in good stead to have a crack at the title.
No, you're absolutely right there, Grub.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. You're spot on the money. As I said, it's interesting to see what will take place over the next couple of weeks, but it's left things a little bit up in the air for a couple of sides, and an opportunity beckons if sides are going to be good enough. So an interesting round of football. So what do you think today, mate? As I said, Inverleigh did put up that first half. It was probably going to be too much with the number of kids they've got in their side, especially playing against the more senior bodies at Belmont.
Yeah, I thought the majority of the first 3 quarters, obviously coming to the game, would have had all the confidence in the world, being on that run of form that they had. But yeah, obviously in that last quarter, just if it's fitness, if it's the maturity, I'd be interesting to see how that game would play out on a bigger ground such as St Albans, because it seemed like Inverleigh had all the run early and Belmont Lions just played the ground better. But at the end, the last quarter, they looked basically like training drill. They were just weaving in and out. The overlap run really killed Inverleigh, but they still kept fighting, as you said. Sammy Cation's 3 goals from a young kid. Well done to him. I thought Logan Haberfield tried hard all day. Casey Meehan early on through the middle. I thought it was getting a lot of clearances out. Obviously, Peter Wilson dominated in the ruck all day, but for Belmont, some of the better players, Davey Allett played really well. I thought Jake Wood contested well when he went in the ruck. Braden Eddy's an absolute star. He always plays well. He's always that link play and really good in and under, and also is the control for that switch as well. A bit of a general down back. And then obviously the Evans boys dominate up forward. But no, I think that Belmont, they'll be happy to win this game because they needed a win back on the board to get some confidence going into finals. But I think Inverleigh, especially if they stay in the hunt, it just shows why they need to play that game out, because percentage matters so much at the moment as well. So. Well, hopefully, we never know. We could see these 2 teams match up as it gets to the pointy end of the season.
You've done a bit more homework there.
I've done a little bit, and I must, obviously, I'm glad I did, because I was looking at Inverleigh and I thought, well, they're going for the year. A win next week will put them in 4th spot, I think. Would that be right?
That could be correct.
Well, they're on 36 points with a percentage of 109. They play Belpost.
Yep.
Next week. So if they can win that game, they'll go to 40 points, and obviously a better percentage than Belpost Hill and a better percentage than Thompson, even if they do win. But they've got East.
That's correct.
So you would think if they can win that game, they'll go to 4th.
Yep.
If Belpost Hill win it, she's good night, Irene. No worries about Belpost Hill. They will play finals.
Yep.
Right? And then the final, that would leave Inverleigh. Well, if Anarchy win next week, they go to 40.
And they've got North Geelong.
And they've got North. So they should, you would think, stay on 36. You never know. But the last game, they can go to 40. Anarchy, if they can beat Werribee.
At Werribee.
At Werribee, which is not easy. But then their percentage might hurt them.
Yep.
Their percentage might hurt them. They can only go to 40, which I think, well, Thompson might not win another game.
Well, that has been said.
They've got East. They've got to beat Bannockburn.
Yep.
If they beat Bannockburn, they'll go to 40. Inverleigh will be 40, and I think they've got East last game, have they?
Inverleigh have.
So there's a big chance that 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th can all finish on 40 points. And with that, with the percentage, if they're not boilovers, you would see probably Inverleigh and Thompson stay there. So Belpost still have got to win next week.
Yep.
If they don't, they could go out.
Who have they got last game, did you say?
Belpost,
No, they got Corio.
They got Corio. So they'll win. That might be the percentage they need if they play well enough.
Yep. They would need to play really well.
Yeah. So, look, very, very, very close. I can't believe how a season that looked done and dusted 4 weeks ago is,
Opens
spot on
up.
now, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I tell you what, probably the only fool it makes of is Dale Smith.
Well, I did make the statement that I didn't think it would change. It's quite possible that may be the case. We just got to weigh up our options. Oh, he was hoping for the meat.
3 times.
He was hoping for the meat pack, but that's all right. Yeah, don't worry, he'll find a home for it.
Have you got some ideas of some better players today, Smithy, while we wait for Grub?
No, we made it. I'm going to go last this week so I don't get laughed at. So I'm going to change them if I need to. Righto, mate. Let's start. You can start off.
Then. I've gone 1 vote for Michael Murdoch. I thought he was really good, especially early. I thought he contested ball. He won a lot of balls in and under. I thought that his disposal as well early on when the game was a bit scrappy was really good. I thought he'd work rate. I've seen him play here before and tag, but I haven't actually seen him play just as a pure midfielder. I thought he was unreal. 2 votes I gave to Brad Mitchell. I thought that he was another midfielder who played well all day, especially when they got on top of Inverleigh. And then my 3 votes I gave to Ben Evans purely for the 7 goals, and he's probably the difference maker at the end.
Righto, Grub.
I gave 1 to Mitchell. Thought he was good all day. Matter of fact, just before half time, I had my votes almost done there, and they were all Inverleigh players. So I had to change them on. But Mitchell was in there then. I gave 2 votes to Poodle Wilson. He won every tap out. As I said a couple of weeks ago, if a full forward dominates, he kicks 7. So you obviously found out who me 3 votes went to. If a full back dominates, the forward doesn't get a kick. But if the ruckman dominates, I've never seen a ruckman dominate that much. He's won just about every tap out. They've thrown 4 blokes at him. And if it wasn't for the coaching of Vermeulen and Walscott, who actually started blocking the ball up, they could have lost the game just purely on the dominance of Poodle Wilson's ruck. So he gets my 2. And, of course, as I said, if you dominate and kick 7, the only bad part of Ben Evans' game was for some unknown reason, he went up into the ruck and on the ball with about 15 minutes to go, and it stopped him from kicking 10. But for me, it doesn't matter what Smithy says now, because for me, he's off to the Hotham Hotel for the magnificent meal and a couple of nice cold beers.
Oh, I'm not going to worry about giving mine then, because you don't need to know them. So
no, but we do need a laugh.
Yeah, we can give you a better player.
Well, I gave 1 vote to Poodle Wilson. As I said, at Inverleigh, I sort of tend to agree with Grubby at half-time. I could have had 3 Inverleigh players well and truly entrenched in there. I gave 2 votes to Braden Eddy. I thought his game through the half-back line and right when they need a bloke to be able to deliver the ball through there. And I gave my 3 votes to Mitchell. As I said, Benny Evans was really, really good at 7 goals. And I'm not saying...
Just keep... Arch, what do you think about the game? Let's talk to this idiot. When a bloke kicks 7 goals, you don't get a vote. You are got to be kidding. That is a travesty of justice. Unbelievable.
It didn't matter.
You got some sponsors for us, Grove?
No, we got it. What's the time? Oh,
Nearly 5 o'clock. We got to do sponsors. We obviously next week our game or match of the day is we are going to Thompson and East Geelong.
Yep.
And it's Jackson McLeod soon in the game. But is it Puff Players Day out there at Thompson this week?
It is. It is. That's if Jacko got through today. I hope he did.
Yes, yeah, that'd be also good. Right, Grub. Thank the sponsors.
Thanks very much to Buckley's. You don't get a better venue than Buckley's, I reckon, in the world. Elders Insurance.
Going there for tea tonight, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what, you might be going there. Ben Evans is going to the Hotham Hotel, which I can't believe that. Elders Insurance, thank you very much. You do a great job. P&R Foods, you see the rat. Morris Finance, I should say. Morris Finance.
Oh,
I'm not allowed to make one mistake if you make 300. But Morris Finance, go and see Martin Carter. He'll give you £1. You'll have to pay it back, Joe, but that doesn't matter. They look after you. To Routley's, the big men fly for the Routley's Pie Victory Trophies. The Hawthorne Hotel, if you're in the city, you can't beat that. And if you're out in the west, get over to the Yards Hotel for a cold beer and a beautiful meal. Victory Trophies, you've been fantastic to us. Kempy Engineering, read the play. Today, goal of the day. Thank you very much. Athlete's Foot, Promoted Trophies, and Connectel. Yeah, that's right. Connectel. Thank you very much, all of our sponsors.
Yes, and we do appreciate it week in, week out. And final series, as I said, not too far away. So for all our listeners out there, all our viewers out there, and to the boys on the cameras and back here helping us out, doing some work, it makes our life just that little bit easier. So until everyone, until next week, you've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.